He's allergic to sand.
I don't understand this meme at this point.
Jess's peanut butter sandwich was actually made out of peanut shells.
I just made a peanut butter sandwich that killed Kent.
We're live, by the way, too.
It destroyed my soul.
Thank
not
you,
killed me.
I was there. I witnessed his soul leave his body. His eyes literally fluttered, and then they rolled back into his head for a moment, but like not in a good way.
And then Troy wasn't there, but we told him this story, and he also died.
Yeah.
Like the hardest.
I was laughing for so long.
So long.
Hello, Twitch. Hello.
And once again, telling the story of Jess's peanut butter sandwich.
Thank you, Max and Gerbo, for the resubs. Big love.
Hey,
thank you very, very
you.
much. It is really appreciated. Hello.
So we're back. It's been 2 weeks. Some stuff happened last time. I think we ended on some sort of high note, but I'm not sure. Might have been a cliffhanger there. I don't remember.
I'm sure some people out there are going to think Christian's actually serious.
I wish someone would take me serious one day. Who wants to recap?
So at our last session, a young boy from the village, Andrin, went missing. The whole village was summoned via the horn system to a sort of village meeting where people dispersed to try to find Andrin in different assorted groups and whatnot. And so did our main party here. We did some investigating. We asked different people in Andrin's life if they just all the questions you should ask is, has anything upset him recently? Has he been talking about or interested in anything new? Is there any reason he might want to pack up and leave? All of those things. None of those investigative questions sort of panned out, and neither did our foot searches, actually. Even though we searched high and wide, discovering, large wolf tracks in the Vale, which is a little unusual, but not unheard of. It wasn't me. But we spent about a week kind of combing the countryside and the nearby Vale, even climbing up to the mountains. Interviewed a water spirit at a sacred waterfall. She didn't know nothing.
Yeah, we did.
Yep. And basically, Andrin is just gone. We got some cryptic kind of information from Arnalda, who said that the earth does not keep his bones yet, has not received his bones. So we're like, that's great. He's not dead. But the cryptic information from Orlanth was a little less encouraging, and it was that he does not draw breath anymore, to that effect. So searched for about a week, and then the village and the family sort of called it off and decided to have a mourning ritual and what they could of funeral rites without a body, and sort of put the lost to bed. Rue didn't like that. He's been searching for some time afterward. And I
think I can add a couple of things. So also in that time frame, everybody searched for a couple of weeks. The negotiations with the Sambari tribe happened, and so the captives were traded back, and everybody got some stuff. So Rue and Des got some suits of armor and some cows.
That I immediately got bought from me for a house.
I was going to get to that. Bryn got some armor and some weapons and some cows. Everybody got some cows, basically. Camrys got some cows and gave them away.
10. He only got one cow and 14 bulls.
Yes, one cow and 14 bulls. The name of Kent's ranch is Brazzers. Aurisa got some magical drugs, as we do in our campaigns, and Van also got some stuff, which we'll cover when Rainy is with us again. Rainy can't be with us again tonight. He's busy. Feel better, Rainy. He's been a little sick, and he has a bebe, and so those things account to not being able to play imaginary games with the rest of us.
That's true.
But also at the end of the session, Rue basically was bought out of his cows and given a home up by the Riddle, right next to Aranina, basically outside of town, but close enough that people can keep an eye on him.
Specifically, a person with an axe.
Yes, a very dangerous person with an axe.
Wielding it.
Yeah.
It's cool. We're neighbors now. We're gonna get along great.
Fine. And so that's basically where we ended things, except for Rue having a wild day. Didn't have a nightmare for a change. But this is where we're going to pick up. Woke up. So Rue, this is where we pick up again. We'll recap a little bit. You know, you're sleeping and you're sleeping really well, but you're like, why do I have this on my face? And why is this sticky? And oh, is this grass? And you open your eyes and you look around and you're laying in a grassy field and you kind of wipe your face and you look at it and it's like, is that blood? And then you look around and the lambs, Rue.
The lambs are screaming.
The lambs aren't screaming anymore.
They're bleeding,
They
if
were.
you will.
They might have, but not right now, because you're laying in and amongst slaughtered, half-eaten lambs. And as you've come to and you hear that, you hear the same horn again, blowing through the veil.
Yep. So it's going to take about 30 seconds for my heart to kickstart again after those realizations hit. And then I'm just going to kind of look around, left, right. Are there any people around?
Say, Bryn, do you want to wake up and see this or not? Because these are your lambs.
These are
I forgot that.
The lambs,
Yeah.
Bryn. Can you hear the lambs?
I think I kind of do.
Fuck you, Jack.
Especially what?
No,
I
go
hear
for it.
Yes.
the horns going off, right? I definitely rush to get dressed, throw open the doors, and I'm gonna head
As you
into
do,
town.
You're running out the door, and you have your fields, and you see it's still we'll say 25, maybe 30 yards away from you, where the lambs were in their little field, and you see standing in it, you see Rue just covered in blood, and you lock eyes.
I'm going to duck in the grass.
Do you want to try to hide? Do you want to do a roll?
The grass is this tall. I have cows, and I used to have lambs that ate it, but
It's Sartar army crawl. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
I bet
I'm-
Ort judges you so hard right now.
I'm going to duck behind a dead lamb or whatever I have that is covered.
Ort is staring right at your ass. I bet you.
Oh, no.
You know what? You're into the grass. It's not high. It's not very high grass, but you're trying to wish it's higher and kind of squish down into it. And as you do, you hear clumping up behind you, and you hear kind of breath as Ort is just standing right over you.
I'm about to get gored to death by this fucking...
Standing there, kind of looking at you.
No. Stay. Stay. I'm going to try to stay or I'm panicking.
Reindeer expression. And he's smells the blood and he's when he kind of comes back. Bryn, you're seeing this whole thing. Jump in at any time.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading in that direction.
Oh, no. Fuck. How close are the trees?
You could
Or a house or anything
you're
substantial.
You would have to run to the trees, and it's a ways back to your house too, by the way. Because here's the map, and Jess lives down here at Riverbend. Oh no, it's not too bad. You're right up here, so it's actually pretty close.
Fuck. I'm fucking
Really?
running for it. Yep. Nope. I'm gonna go before she can get close enough to say my name like that.
You just jump up and run.
Yep. I'm just gonna fucking book it. It's
All right.
a full red moon has risen.
What do you do, Bryn? You see him just get up and what
As
is
they
Rue
get
sleep
tearing
in?
it toward
Let's
the
just
trees.
ask what does Rue sleep in? Let's ask that question.
What
I
does
think the
Rue
world
sleep
needs
in?
to know.
I mean, probably just
right.
rough spun, loose tunic sort of thing.
Okay, ripped now that you don't know where that is.
He
but
has
fortunately,
clothes. That's good. This is not a Kymri situation.
Fortunately, something's still
Or
covering
they
the fun parts, but not much.
We've got the Hollywood PG-13.
We've
Shape-shift
achieved the PG-13 rating exactly. Yeah.
You just go running, and some of the remaining sheep just go running with you conveniently at the same level.
Yeah, they're just in
Just
the
kind of
waist
jumps
level.
as you jump. The lamb jumps too, and it just covers it perfectly.
The camera angle, so that Ort is in the way.
Yeah.
It only shows his bare ass.
Yeah, Ort watches you. Ort watches you leave, and you get. If nothing stops you, if Bryn doesn't want to stop you, you get to the woods. So you just gonna let him go, Bryn?
I mean, I'm in too much shock. Like, I probably call his name. I'm just like, Ru, where are you going?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
But I don't follow him.
All right.
I'm gonna check on my lambs, I guess, or what remains of them.
How many lambs did you have?
Probably like 5. 4.
We'll say you have 2 left.
Oh god.
When you count all the halves, you still have the same amount.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the horn is blowing. Jess, what are you doing this morning?
I guess I will be with hearing the horns. I'll be getting up.
You're hunting in the woods early in the morning.
You see a red moon go running by.
That's awesome.
Followed by a bunch of sheep. No,
That's the name of this episode, Red Moon
Red
Rising.
Moon Rising.
Red Moon Rising. Oh my god, that's beautiful.
How exactly early is this?
7 o'clock-ish.
7 o'clock-ish. So he would
Yeah.
definitely already be up.
Yeah, probably like, feeding animals or something.
Yeah, doing farm work,
Yeah.
Okay.
feeding animals, moving bales of hay.
Mm-hmm.
Just picking up heavy things and putting them down.
Yeah.
I pick things up, I put them down. Yeah,
Okay,
so
two
yeah.
characters in a row. Kent picks things up and puts them
There's
down.
not so much.
It's also Kent himself.
It's not so much
Yeah.
stuff. There's not as much like stuff to do in the summertime with the planting of things because it's pretty much all planted, just waiting for it to grow. But there is plenty of like feeding animals and stuff. So you're probably up doing that, and you hear the horn blow, and you can start off down towards
Right.
where everybody assembles. Maurice, what are you doing?
Maurice was actually he's still sleeping, which is really weird. He's normally the guy that's up super early, stays up super late, like doesn't sleep somehow, just exists in this constant state of strangeness. But yeah, actually what we see is he's in the center, towards the center of town near the fire, where he's been spending the past few nights, and he is like cozy and like huddled up in the wonderful like blankets that Aurisa gave him. And he like, for a moment, if you were a stranger looking at him, his face, and he just like, he looks peaceful. He looks like a child again almost. And then like he's startled awake by something. The horn, probably.
The horn, because it's not far away from you that they're actually blowing it. They have like
some
like
asshole
it's not one of those
right
like
in my ear.
this one is actually like those long like back in the Bronze Age, like I think the Celts and different tribes, they had these things that like it went up and it was like this and it was like a dragon head. Like this is the thing that's being blown. It's like and it like goes through the whole like yeah. They also used like the hunting horn ones, but this is the one that like blasts the whole vale, the horn of summoning. Yeah. But that's not too far from you, so
I
that
get
absolutely wakes you up.
by that.
Yeah. All right, so you just kind of sit up. But the good news for you is you don't have to go anywhere. You're already ground zero for it.
You just swing your legs over and sit up.
You're just like, you just have to get up, stretch your bad back.
Yeah, I run my fingers through my hair, which is naturally disheveled, but also devilishly handsome. Just kidding. Kymrese has no hair. He's bald. But I go ahead and fold up my like linens and put it in my bag.
Wait, Kymrese is bald?
Mm-hmm. Kymrese shaves his head.
Oh, shaves. All right, cool. All right. I did not know that detail. Aurisa, what are you doing?
It's the normal morning of taking care of 4 children, and then the horn blows, and she just looks at Keller, her oldest sister, and she's like, they just, the two of them just like stare at each other, just like, and Aurisa just, you're in charge, you know what to do, and she's just gone.
You head down. Rue, you run. You manage to stay like kind of like behind the steeds, close to the slopes as possible within the woods. And you get home. You're like, shit. I hope we don't see anyone. And you get to, you see like there's just a little stretch of like open ground you have to cover to your house. You have to go in front of Erenina's house though to get there.
No. Oh fuck. Okay. I'm gonna make some kind of perception check to like just look at the windows and around her house and listen and try to make sure that she is not around for the moment that I will make my mad dash.
Give me a scan roll and let me know how you do.
FML. Where the fuck are my dice? I was just dicking around with the box. Oh, here it is. Okay. Don't fail me now. Where the fuck is my D10? I am not. There it is. Sorry. Shadows of Estrin claimed my D10.
We're professionals.
We are.
We
No,
totally
terrible.
know what we're doing.
I rolled a 76.
Seems
I'm
really
like, the
quiet.
coast is clear.
Yep, you're like, the coast is clear. Do you start going across?
Yep, I run now.
Okay, so you're like, hey, I got this. And you start running across. And as you do, the door opens. And you hear like giggling. And out runs, I should have had a name already. Thessa. She's just someone from the Vale, and she's just like runs out, and she just like sees you, and you just like lock eyes, and she stops for a minute, and you stop. Well, what do? You don't have to stop.
Nope, he stops. He has terrible survival instincts.
You
for
stop
a wolf
dead.
guy.
She's like just staring at you.
He's
Aranina
just
comes
staring
out
at her.
Aranina comes out behind her, and is just like, "Hey."
I'm gonna run back to the house.
They kind of look at each other, and Ernie's like, and Thessa just like leaves.
There are 3 witnesses.
So you get back to your house, clean up in time to get down to the thing if you want to be there. I'm assuming you do.
Oh God, it's probably another missing kid. My urge to find missing kids versus my desire to sink into the grass and never emerge again. Okay. Yep. He is going to clean up. He is going to break down and end up joining the horn call thing, but he's going to be late.
Okay.
He debates it for a while first, but he will go.
So the rest of you find each other, and it's almost, eerily similar to what you went through a couple weeks ago. Gordangar's out there, and you see, you actually recognize the person he's with, Bryn, because it's Kyogar and his wife Kiora, and they're from Riverbend.
Gotcha.
And Kiora's like frying, and she's holding. They have a little. They had twins, but you only see Kiora, the girl. They had a girl and a boy. You only see the girl with her right now. As Gordon goes like, I hate to be here doing this again, but this Kilgar's missing.
How old is Kyorgar?
10-ish. Actually, no, a little younger. We'll say 7-ish.
Younger. Damn it, Kirsch. Okay.
That's he's like 10 doesn't hurt enough. 7.
I was like, they're both 10. Interesting.
We add a little poison to that.
Guard
dagger.
all the 10-year-olds, and then okay. Oh God.
So we're gonna have to do the same thing. Split up. Pray to the gods we find something.
Where was he last?
He looks at Tarn, and Tarn was like, thought he was spending the night with a friend, but never showed up back up in the morning. He was supposed to help me with the chores. Rue, you joined just at that time.
I'm just gonna creep toward the back, but like stay back far enough where I don't get in front of anyone and hope to not be seen.
Tarn sees you right away.
Who sees me right away?
The father of the missing child.
Oh.
And just shoots some daggers at you.
Oh, Jesus. He's just gonna look away, like, subtly.
Yeah. So Kyogar's like, all right, well, let us all pray and spread out and hope to gods that he just got held up somewhere, as children sometimes do. What are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna go find Descara.
Okay. He's not hard to find because he towers over like everyone else.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Arisa's gonna go find Bryn, and by that she knows look for Descara. Bryn is nearby.
Rue is also going to go find Descar until he sees Bryn heading toward Descar, and then he's gonna back up behind something.
That thing being Descara.
Who Kymrese is also behind.
Our
No, I
favorite
think-
Paths lead to
flagpole.
Descara.
All roads.
I
Descara.
think Kymrese is going to try to talk to the family of the boy who was supposed to be at his friend's house, right? So I think Kymrese wants to talk to the friend's family, whomever
You'd
that
have
may
to
be.
find out who that would be first.
I guess I'll ask the father. I mean, I'm sure he knows who his son was going to spend the night at, maybe.
So you're going to go up and talk to Tarn?
Yeah. I go over to Tarn and I say, Tarn, you said your son was supposed to be at a friend's house. Whose house was he supposed to be at? Maybe I can look there.
Oh, he was supposed to be at Harston's house. Up by the pool in the river.
Okay, I will go talk to Harston.
Right.
We'll find your son.
He just kind of like wells up. Doesn't say anything.
I kind of uncomfortably and awkwardly put a hand on his shoulder. My attempt at a reassuring touch.
He kind of like takes it. He's at a time when he'll take whatever he can get. So he just kind of like puts his hand over and holds it for a minute. And then Gordon goes like, "Come on, boy." And he kind of takes him, puts his arm around him and takes him away with his family. So, Rue, are you not going to go to Descar? Or are you just going to try to hide out?
I'm gonna hide nearby-ish, hopefully, and just listen to what everyone is saying to Descar.
Oh, all I say is Descara, we need to talk. And
No.
that's all. That's all.
Hiding, Rue.
Well, I assume we're like in the town-ish, square-ish.
Yeah,
Or-
it's just really like a field in front of the hall.
The field. I am behind some barrels.
Okay. As you're
Or
standing there,
crates.
you feel like a presence behind you.
Is it
Is it the
Iranina?
little
Can I
one?
feel that it's Iranina? Like I turned slowly.
Is it the little one?
You turn around and it's Dareston.
Ashheart? Dears. Oh.
What's he doing? What's his face say?
He's just kind of staring at you uncomfortably. He's like, "What are you hiding from?" That's not his voice. I'm sorry. What are you hiding from?
I just sit here sometimes.
You always were weird, Rue. He just walks away.
I just want to fucking talk.
Camera pans to Kymrese talking to a rock.
You're welcome for pulling you out of that hole. Like it's like a stay hiding behind this thing. God damn it.
I will leave you there, Rue, I guess, for now.
Yeah.
And we'll cut to the group. So, Bryn, Des, Aurisa, what do you got?
Well, I guess we should probably just search the village for now, or like around maybe village square-ish.
Cara, I like need to talk to you now. Like somewhere quiet now.
All right. Okay, let's
Arisa's gonna do a slow back away.
No. It's fine. It's fine. You can say I just don't want to be around all too many people.
all right, let's go around this building behind these barrels.
Fuck. Oh no, they're coming.
You find Rue sitting by the barrels.
I pick up a rock and stand like it's something I dropped, and I'm gonna dust it off and put it in my pocket.
Take my move.
I assume you got cleaned up, right?
Yep.
Before
Yes, I
you
did.
came here.
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Yeah, Bryn's just gonna freeze and just look at Brew.
We should.
Arisa's gonna look at the two of them and then look at Descara like, what is happening? Just the look of like,
He's gonna look at Descar and say we should look for tracks between Kyogar's house and Harston's.
Actually, you wouldn't know that. Only Camrese knows.
Only Camrese
Oh,
knows.
okay,
Harston's.
okay, that
Yeah.
wasn't announced.
Yeah,
Never
no,
mind.
that's all right.
We should look for tracks around Kyogar's house. I'm gonna lead the way.
Are you okay, Rue?
Another kid is missing.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna make a face at
Fucking
Descara.
way.
I'm gonna make a face at Descara.
Fuck, I'm committed to this now.
What? What
As
did you
as
want to
guys
talk
are-
to me?
As you're walking to kind of start the search, Aranina is there. You see Aranina like walking, kind of gathering a group to kind of go look, and she just kind of. Everybody notices she looks at Rue. She tries to lock eyes with you, Rue, unless you're like.
Just gonna keep walking.
You get this from her, and then she goes back to her organizing her own group.
So many people know. So many people know. It's everyone.
Let's start with Camrese, then we'll get back to you guys. So you know where Harston's place is. There's a place where there's a pool in the river, kind of like it slows because it turns around, kind of turns, and Harston lives right there.
I take my time to get to his house, and I really,
since Harston has a little son named Finmast. So that's probably the kid
Finn?
that with Finmast, Finmast.
Finmast, okay?
But everybody calls him Finn.
Okay. I take my time getting to his house, and every time I stop to kind of look around, I stoop just a little bit lower, trying to get to eye level of where he would be, and I just kind of like look around. And I don't really know exactly what it is I'm looking for, but I continue on until I get to his house, and I knock on the door of the house. I assume they're probably not there because they're probably searching, but I'll knock anyways.
Hold on one second. Just give me 1 second. I just had to grab another name here from the excellent name generator, which is backtobalazar.com, which generates Gloranthan names, and you should use it if you're running a Gloranthan game.
or playing a character, because that is where I got all of Arisa's sisters' names from. And they're all fucking great.
Correct. His wife is there, Ala, A-L-A. She comes to
Do I know her as well?
I mean, as much as like everybody kind of knows everybody in town, and you're not like tight with her or anything like that, but everybody knows each other at least by name. You probably talked to her once or twice,
Okay. Hi, Ala. I
Yes,
didn't
right.
expect you would be home.
The Potter's son, Camrese, right?
Yes. Yep.
Like what? She kind of comes out and just like wipes her hands on her apron. She's like, "I'm sorry, I was just cleaning up a bit inside. What can I help with?"
No need to apologize. Did you need help?
Oh no, that's fine.
I'm sure that you've heard. Another child went missing.
I know, Kyogar. I know. Little Finn's very upset. He's with his father looking right now.
Was Kilgar at your home yesterday at all?
No. He was he comes by playing all the time, but he didn't show up yesterday, no.
Was he supposed to come over yesterday?
He was going to come over, but they never showed. But, I mean, that's happened before because he got caught up doing chores and whatnot. He didn't think anything of it at all.
And you said Finn is with his dad right now, looking?
Yes.
Very well. Well, I'm sorry to disturb you. I'll let you get back to your work.
Do you want anything to eat or anything, or?
No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Well, thank you for your help. I appreciate everybody helping. It's just so terrible that this happened now twice.
It is. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of it.
I pray we can.
Watch after your son. Keep a close eye on him.
Oh, we will. We will.
Thank you, Allah.
Thank you, Finn. I'm Kimreese.
And Tyrese kind of, he walks away from the house a little bit and kind of just does like a 360 around the house, looking for tracks, looking for any sort of clues or hints or anything like that. And he like pauses a couple times and looks up at the sky, and he's like, there has to be a clue. There has to be something.
Say, give me a track roll just to see how you do.
Okay. Let's see if I can keep
Keep the
smashing them
streak alive.
single-digit
Yeah.
rolls, baby. Probably not. I bet
Excuse
you
me.
my luck's run out.
Carry over from last time, yeah.
It's run out.
Oh no.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
close, 82.
you can't find anything. So the rest of the group.
How long has it been since Andrin was
2 weeks.
went missing? It's
2 weeks.
It's only been 2 weeks. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry, we are headed to I don't remember their names.
Kyogar's house.
Kyogar's
to
house.
See if we can find a point of origin from where he might have went.
Yes.
So you know right where Kyogar's house is, Bryn, because it's in Riverbend by you. So you get there, no problem, and you're just going to spread out and look for tracks.
Mm-hmm. Or anything weird,
yep.
too.
Anyone who wants to give me a track roll, give me one.
On the way up there, I'll try to ask Bryn what she wanted to talk about, if she's now willing to talk about it.
Yes, I think something happened. Yes, I'm whispering, but I'm going to talk louder. Yes.
Well, actually, that's fine because Aurisa had a question for either of the dudes. So if she sees Bryn talking to Descara, she will accidentally be the distraction and ask her a question.
No.
Perfect. I think something happened with Rue last night. I don't know. I don't think he's okay. He hasn't been kind of okay for a few weeks now, but
Yeah, he's been awfully kind of skittish and a little off, yeah, for the last couple of weeks. But
yeah,
do you think last night was?
No, I don't. I don't know that he's okay.
I'll
And he's acting like everything is normal, and it makes me want to bop him in the head.
just do it.
She can't reach. Get her a ladder first.
Just hold her
I
up.
can jump. Oh yeah, that's true. I have Descara.
Climb that man like a beanpole.
Wait, which one? Because one is weirder than the other. Just yeah, he's not talking about it. So I guess we won't talk about it. And we have this kid to find anyways, but I don't know.
I'll see if you'll talk to me about something if I can get him alone.
Okay. Thanks, Steph.
No problem.
I failed my track roll.
Meanwhile, Aurisa, what did you want to ask Rue? We'll make that a meanwhile. Yeah.
She because it's exactly the same time. Rue, I had a thought. Now that this is becoming a pattern that I don't want it to be, one of my concerns last time was that maybe he had gone over towards the riddle. But now that this is the second young man in a row, is there a place that y'all are taken when you go through your ritual? I don't know if they would accidentally end up there somehow. There's no men in my
That's a
family.
good
I've never talked to
question,
anyone about
Christian.
this.
Is it is it the feeling of it's the same place, or do they just kind of pick a clearing in the woods and dig holes?
You have no idea because you had a hood over your head when they marched you out there, and it felt like
Yeah.
it felt like you were marching for a long time, but they could have just been taking you like back and forth, to make it seem like it was farther away.
Just
So
pushing us around in circles in the woods.
So the reality is, like, if you found the clearing, you would probably recognize it, but you have no
There's
idea
no way
where
we
it
can
is.
find it right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no way to find where it was. I wouldn't even know where to start looking.
Do you know who went with you that might know? I don't know if it's accurate, but it's just a concern.
I couldn't really see anything.
Okay. Well, if
what's his face? The fucking chieftain would probably know if it was a set location, though. What's it? Gordon Gar. He'd have to know if it was a thing to be known.
okay. I'll ask him when we get back. I don't know if it's a viable thing, but it's a place no one knows about.
I wonder if the spirits that we encountered were also brought there, or if they were just there to begin with. That'd be an interesting thing to think about, how that would have happened. Because if that's the case, I would imagine the shaman would probably be involved in rallying up those spirits. I don't know if, yeah, just something I'm.
Christian, any pattern to the days that the children went missing on? Is it like on the same day of the week or anything?
So far, it's been on God Day that they've shown up missing, which is Saturday. Both times, because both times were a day after you.
After I was like, fuck. Okay, so there is a pattern. It's not one that I like. Okay, I'm gonna refrain from pointing that out. Yeah.
All right, so Bryn, you failed your track test. Is that correct?
Yes, I got a 93.
Anyone else who wants to make one can make one.
I got a 100. Take that, Bryn.
You fumbled. You suck.
Wow.
Okay.
I go blind in one
Is
eye.
it actually a 100 though?
It's my 100.
It's
I
Amber's
know, I know
100.
I'm doing it wrong, but I do it wrong consistently. A 90 and a 10 is a 100 to me. A 0, 0, and say a 9, that would be a 9. That's how I do this. I don't know.
So you actually rolled a 91, right?
It depends if you're gonna make me conform to doing this correctly or commit to the way I've done it my entire life.
It's a 10, so it would be a 0, right?
Right, it would be a 90, which is a failure either way. So ultimately, it's a moot point. Right. So you failed. I mean, it would matter if it was like a combat or something where you could like legitimately fuck yourself up by fumbling. So just keep that in mind.
I'm too busy like just glaring at Rune.
I'll start to do this correctly, I guess, for Runequest.
Everything
else, I'll still do it the other way.
I've broken the pattern. And then, you're too busy kind of like running cover, Rue. And that realization of the pattern of days, you're like, oh shit. And then you're just kind of like, you're not doing a good you're just not doing a good job.
Yeah, no, I also failed, but it's because Aurisa's like theorizing. She's not tracking.
Yeah. You're doing that, like the meme with the woman doing all the math in her head. You're doing that right now.
The meme with the
that is Aurisa right now. Yeah.
All right, Des, it's all on you, bro.
I got a 5.
This is why we all find you in times of crisis.
I don't know if I can critical on this, but I believe that is also it is a critical.
That's really good. Okay, you find some tracks. You find boy-sized tracks.
All right.
Fresh tracks. Yeah.
Yep. And looking at them, they do not appear to be old. No more than within the time frame of when he went missing. Hard to
So
tell
within
exactly, but
yeah.
but these aren't like old tracks. You definitely know that. And you see
within
them,
the
they're
day at least.
yeah, you see them. They look like they're heading from Riverbend into town, or well, town, the village.
Toward the village.
Yeah. And again, I just to repeat for our listeners' pleasure, when I say village, I don't mean village like what we think. It's literally like 5 houses. It's like the blacksmith, the trading post, a couple houses for the weapon things that live and Gordongar's like big hall, and that's it. It's not like a village within our thinking. It's really tiny. So,
I'll point this out and I'll say it looks like it's kind of they're heading back to the village.
Good.
All right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's the only lead we have right now.
I guess we'll.
Yep. So you follow him back to the village, and eventually, unfortunately, it gets into just all the other tracks of all the other human activity around the village. But that definitely he went to the village. It seemed to be pointing towards the two bigger places in the village, or the hamlet, which is what Sharky's calling it. Are the forge where Ven's adoptive father is, and right across from him is Borkar's trading post. So it seemed to be pointing kind of in that direction, but you lose the tracks because there's just so many other tracks of people and animals and everything all around that it's impossible to keep it.
We can still stop in and see if they've seen.
Yeah, somebody has to have seen him.
Yeah.
We definitely should check out the trading post.
Hmm.
The little one from last time. I talked to his friend. He was so excited about that toy sword.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I might just be drawing inane conclusions or anything
No,
like
that's
that.
great, Aurisa. That's better than anything we have.
Thanks. She gets really awkward at the compliment.
Oh, like real Sarah. So you get to the trading post, and so the trading post, interesting Runequest lore. Isseries is the god of travel and trade, and Borkar is within Isseries' cult. And when Isseries actually sets up markets, so there are literally posts that mark out like this square area where he's got his he's got like a little tent sort of thing set up outside of his building with like some goods to trade and stuff like that. And the magic within the posts is that you're prevented from like getting screwed over with a bad deal.
Whoa!
Long story short,
cool.
Yeah, it's like a neutral ground, and also it's kind of like it's a neutral ground where people. I off the top of my head, I don't know the exact like details of the spell, but it's also a neutral ground that like discourages violence.
Gotcha.
Right.
Aurisa respects the fuck out of that.
Yeah. So you go there, and Oracle actually is not there.
Is anyone watching the post?
Yes. Yes, Drugala Applecheeks is. You smell coming from his house. You smell this delicious smell of honey cakes and baking, and the house is like very close to the post. So if someone shows up, you just call and he comes out and sells you the stuff. So it's not like someone needs to be in the store 24/7. It's not a 7-Eleven. But you go and you kind of get there, and she hears you eventually, and she's like, "Oh, hello, yes. What can I do for you?" Kind of like wiping like flour off her hands.
I guess we're wondering if little. I keep forgetting his name. Kyogar.
Yeah, Kyogar. Yep.
Kyogar headed this way at all yesterday. If he was here around here,
Sing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so terrible. I was busy yesterday a lot with Jorna, but I think he might have been here.
Do you mind if we take a look around inside to see if we can find anything he might have dropped or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Is Borkar around?
He's out searching with all the other menfolk.
I see.
Do you want anything to eat or drink or anything? My honey cakes aren't ready yet. They're rising, but I could have something else.
That's okay. Thank you, though.
Okay.
He's like, I'll always take food. Haven't you had enough food?
You guys.
Haven't you had enough?
how much of this is justified? How much of this is I've played Curse of Strahd before and I know this game?
No, Amber. I'm on the Amber train on this one.
I fucking have a suspicion now.
What? What? No, this lady's so nice.
I am. Yeah, they all look nice.
Those ladies were not nice.
But they did look like normal old ladies at first.
That's true.
She's not, for the record, she's not old.
Yeah, she's just a young old lady.
Yeah.
Is what she
She's
is.
Young old lady.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's just festively plump and,
Okay.
they're
Now, yeah.
late 20s-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell her we're all right, but we're gonna look around.
Do you know if there was anything in the trading post that Kyogar might have had his eye on?
Oh, I couldn't tell. I mean, Borkart brings in all sorts of toys and stuff. There's always children here looking. He bless him. He's got a good heart. A lot of times he just gives them to some of the poorer kids, but I couldn't remember. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's just on the off chance.
So, you want to just kind of look around-ish?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of look around, look at things that, like, children, high eye level, things that look for the sword that Edwin was interested in. I'm gonna kind of talk to Aurisa under my breath. I'm gonna say, like, you have a little practice with magic. Do you think you could tell if something was cursed?
The
look on Aurisa's face.
I know. Is that more of a Kyrie's thing?
Hey, Christian, would Aurisa be able to, like, know if something had magic in it? Maybe?
She's like,
you would need magic. You would need, like...
Oh, yeah, wait, she is
outside
cursed.
of myself? No. You would need spirit magic.
Okay.
Certain spirit magic spells to be able to do that, which you don't have at the time.
No, I experience with magic, yes, but only that dedicated to healing right now.
Right. That's all right.
I would that be a Kyrie's thing, or the shaman?
Yeah, probably one of them.
We'll have to find them and check later.
He'll turn up.
He always does.
Hopefully with more news.
Yeah. Any wooden swords in here?
Toy swords, toy soldiers, dollies.
I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm going to look at each object with a piercing suspicion.
I'm trying to think of, like, Bronze Age toys. So you have, like, wooden soldiers, like I said, dolls.
Hoop and stick.
Hoop and stick.
I was just going to say, they probably have a wheel.
Ball and cup.
Like little wooden carved, like, things like dragons and hippogriffs and things like that. Little yo-yo, yeah, stuff like that.
Shit, none of it. It all just looks like toys to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, just toys.
Would I be able to do a search or a scan to try and see if I found anything related to?
Sure. Yeah, roll a search roll.
Fuck. So close, but yet so far.
All right. So no, everything looks like a normal shop.
I'm gonna just kind of, as subtly as I can, being, like, huge, just slip out the door while everybody else is still looking around, and I'm gonna try to just look around the perimeter of the post for things. Blood, scuffle marks, signs of a struggle.
Are you looking for tracks, or are you looking for just something in general?
I'm looking more in general. I'm suspicious now of this place. Like, if a child were grabbed or murdered or something here, that sort of evidence.
Okay. Roll me just a search check then.
So how does this rune thing work?
Oh, to augment?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I could have augmented my fucking roll, couldn't I have?
You could have, yeah.
Yeah. Are you supposed to augment before you roll or after you roll?
You augment before you roll. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Okay, one is you can convince me one of your passions would make you want to do a good job here, and then you roll against your passion to see how much you augment the skill. For a rune, different runes are tied to different skills. So if you look in, and Drew says augment as often as you can, which is correct.
So there's no limit on how many times you can do it. It's just whether or not it applies
You can only use one passion or rune once a session, though.
per session.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
per session.
Per session's not bad though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. So for your runes, there are different skills. So I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but like, hold on. Let me see if I can just look them up. Hold on. Basically, it's the rune that augments like those skills. So like communication, there's a rune that augments. I think it's air. That would be, you would roll against your air one for that. If that makes sense to you.
Gotcha.
Darkness is stealth, the stealth skills. Magic is a moon rune.
Okay. All right, so I failed that one, not as badly as I failed my first roll, but did not make it, so I'm just look around, but I will keep in mind this augmented thing for future rolls.
Definitely keep that in mind, especially tonight. So you
Jesus.
you look around, but I mean, looking at tracks and stuff, even you're an accomplished tracker, but again, it's everything's such a muddle of comings and goings in here that it's really, you would have to be, almost like,
It'd have to be like a pool of blood because someone was stabbed here last night.
you would have to find something very, very obvious, and you don't find that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Did we find kid tracks outside anywhere significant? I'm trying to remember.
For the other Andrin?
Yeah, for Andrin.
You're
No.
near the river, right?
You found another kid's tracks.
Yeah.
In the river.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only tracks of any significance that were found, I don't know if Rue told you this, so this is like out of character, were the wolf tracks that she found that led up into the mountains.
Right, but those didn't have kid people tracks near them.
They did not. No.
Right. Okay.
All right. I will finish my snooping around the outside.
Okay.
And then just kind of hang by the door.
I would say about that time Reese shows up just to get you all together.
Reese. Do you have any experience with curses? Do you think you could tell if something was cursed?
I can try. If it's a cursed rock, I have experience with rocks.
Oh my God, I still got a rock in my pocket. I'm like, it's not the rock that's cursed in this case. It's me.
Lol, Simon.
I don't think it's a rock, if anything, but I was wondering if you would, I'm just going to lower my voice a little bit. Would you look around at the trading post and just see if maybe any of the items seem weird to you? It seems like both of the kids maybe visited it shortly before they disappeared.
Sure.
It's not super unusual. It's the only thing with interesting stuff in the village, but...
There's also something else that I would like to do too. I'd like to use my spirit magic spell that I have,
Second sight.
is detect light.
Yeah. So that would be absolutely what you would use to look for it. So you're going to cast second sight. Did you ever think of, did you get a tattoo that enables you to cast that or anything like that?
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I said detect life. I meant second sight. I don't.
Second sight. Yeah.
Yeah. Second. So I guess you said we all had a tattoo. I got a tattoo on my head, but I don't know if that was from the.
So there's a couple things. You can have the stag, which is your clan. All right, that could be on your head if you want. Typically, it's on like a guy's back or his chest. And you also typically with spirit magic spells, you need a focus of some sort. That can be a tattoo. Most people go with tattoos, or you can have like a little fetish of some sort that lets you cast a spell. It's up to you.
Right. Or like a rock or something.
Right. And if you don't want to answer that right now, you don't have to. I just ask them for color purposes. That's all.
Imagine if you just have a rock collection of all your spells.
It's just like, let me get this
hold
rock
off
out.
on answering that one just yet.
Sure, no problem.
But I do think that the tattoo of the stag is like on the back of my neck and goes like up my head. The antlers go up my head.
The antlers kind of come around then.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast second sight.
Okay, so when you do that, first of all, it costs you 3. Actually, wait a second. You need to roll your spirit magic skill spell, which is equal to your power. You have, power times 5. So you need to roll that to see if you're successful
Okay.
in casting the spell.
Do you still spend like magic points whether you're
No,
successful or not successful?
if you fail, you don't spend them as a spirit magic points.
Okay.
So power times 5, you said?
Power times 5, yep. Excuse me.
So I succeeded. I got a 73.
Cool. So it costs you three magic points. So just note that you spent that for now. You get them back, so it's not the biggest thing in the world. But as you do that, you touch whatever it is that allows you to cast a spell that you were taught, and you call on the spirit. So you feel that strange centering feeling that you found first when you were a child and you met that horned figure in the woods. And everything around you, like all the hustle and bustle of like the living world, kind of fades away for a minute and becomes very, very quiet and very, very still. But then it comes back almost in like hyper detail. So you can hear like there's a bee buzzing, and you can and it, like that would be like a little drone that most people wouldn't notice. You can like now you're like very aware of that, and you're aware of like the rustling of like ants in the dirt on the ground through the gravel, and you're aware of like a slight breeze blowing in the grass, kind of like rustling. And as you look, you look at Aurisa. You're looking at her, because actually, who was the person who asked? I'm sorry, was it Aurisa or was it Rue that asked you? You're looking at Rue.
I actually like the idea of Aurisa being the first person I see when I kind of open up my eyes.
Looking into the
cursed bitch.
Looking for curses.
You found one.
What is your power score, Aurisa?
Oh, it's pretty up there. It's 17.
Okay. So you see this glow around Aurisa, and it's hers is actually quite beautiful. It's this pure white glow, and it's a strong glow, Camrys, but it's also this like tiniest touch of darkness in it.
I'll kind of take that in, and then I'll kind of look at the rest of the group and like just quickly look at them. And
okay, who's the next person you look at?
I guess Bryn.
Bryn, what's your power score?
17.
Also, a very, very strong aura of blue light surrounds Bryn. And within it, you see almost a rumbling. You sense a rumbling of like distant thunder.
All right, we'll go Rue next.
You look like you had a question though, Jess. What were you going to ask?
Nope.
Okay.
Question.
Rue, what's your power score?
11.
Okay. Rue's
Weak ass bitch.
Rue's is not quite as powerful or as bright as Bryn's or Aurisa's, but it almost seems divided. There's something in it that shifts and snarls and growls, and almost feels like there's something trying to get out of him.
Okay. And then I guess lastly, I'll look at Discara.
What's yours, Des?
18.
Damn.
Yeah.
Discara looks like the man your man would look like if your man were old size. He's not a horse.
Look at your man. Now back to me.
So, the Des is very similar, strangely similar to Rue's, in that it's a very bright aura, though. It's a very strong aura. It's almost an orangish glow, but it seems not quite divided, but there's a powerful, you don't know if it's a spirit, if it's something in him, but this is something very wild and primal almost within it.
I guess the last thing that I want to do is I kind of want to look at myself for a minute. Like I just want to like look at my arms, my hands and stuff. Like
Camrys is like tripping balls outside the trading post.
I was literally about to type that in Twitch chat, Amber. Why the fuck are we sharing our brain cells tonight?
I thought the same thing too, actually. So you look at your hands and you see a swirling of different colored energies around your aura. It is also what is your
Power
powers like?
score.
It's higher. I know
19.
than yeah. All right, so your hand's fucking glowing, dude, and there's swirlings of energy, different colors, kind of like swirling all around them.
Okay.
The Avatar, bitch.
I will go ahead and I guess I'm looking for cursed objects or cursed items kind of thing. I'm looking.
Which
The
is
thing that Kyrese is doing is he's looking at obviously all of the people that have these auras, but he's looking for anything that looks just off, whether someone's aura is particularly dim or particularly bright, or if their aura looks like extremely turbulent or something strange like that.
Sure. So, who particularly? So you go into the shop, and I mean, who particular? What particularly you're looking at? I mean, looking at the items, they're just items. Items don't really have auras unless there's like a spirit within it. You don't see
Holy
anything.
fuck! Can I look at the rock that Saga Everlaughing had? I'm totally fucking looking at that.
Yes.
First
So
time he casts the spell, he's just
and he's like, just like off the
Like,
rails.
focus, Kyrese.
I know what his
there
focus
is-
was. Mushrooms.
There is no spirit within it, but there is power held within the rock, magical power.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So nothing on the objects. How about the people that are there?
Really, it was only you guys and Drugala. And looking at her, she just has you would say it's maybe a little stronger than Rue's aura, but just kind of a swirly-ish of brown and maybe a little bit of green.
Okay. I do people's auras linger at all with anything that they interact with? So like if someone touches a tree and then removes their hand, can you see like a fading light or something coming from that?
Oh, this would be your first experience with this spell, so you wouldn't know that for sure.
Okay.
You could
I guess I'll try it.
Yeah, you touch something and you could see like a handprint stays on. Think about I hate to like
a
equate it
thermal
to
imager.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Like sometimes with thermal, you touch something and it'll stay on it for a while. So you touch something and you watch it. It lingers for a little bit, but it fades pretty quickly.
Okay. I go back out to the rest of the group and oh damn, that's so cool. What Drew typed in the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So what he typed for people who are listening and not reading is that gems are the tears and blood of gods who were killed or wounded in the Gods' War, and their bones, metal is the bones of gods who were killed in the Gods' War. And so that's why certain metals are certain metals are sacred to different cults because of the gods who died. So bronze is the bones of the air gods who died in the Gods' War.
That's so fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go back out to the rest of the group and I'll tell them I'm sorry I wasn't able to discern any useful
with your
information.
Spell, and it kind of fades. But yeah, that's what you're able to find, which is nothing.
I smile at Aurisa afterwards, like very just subtly. I just glance at her and smile, and as soon as she looks at me, I look away and pretend I'm fucking talking to a rock or something.
Oh my god, that's a master level move right there.
Rue's just hold on a second.
Rue writes down shit that I do.
Look at Rock.
Yeah. Talk to Rock. I
fuck.
just put it in my pocket. He's full on talking to it. This is even more
Carry Rock.
natural
This guy's
looking.
good.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's good.
Very, very smooth, Kyrese. Very smooth.
Smooth criminal.
All right, so
I guess we should check out the forge next because maybe he headed there.
okay. So again,
Christian's like, you guys are all idiots. You'll never figure this out.
You won't. So you go across to basically, walk 10 yards to the forge, and Afar is there.
Oh.
Actually, no one's in the forge, but Afar is in the home near the forge.
He is.
That's Ven's aunt?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Ven you saw, but he went off with Jorgonoth again, we'll say.
Yeah.
He's off doing goth things.
Just in a graveyard.
Not goth.
Shredding.
That's literally what they're doing is guarding the graveyard, actually. They're doing the most goth thing imaginable. Yeah.
Oh God.
With the bird.
Yeah. Yep.
Shadow
With the bird.
Something's
Shadow of Chaos's end.
Yeah.
Sock for short. Saki. Shadow of Chaos's end. Saki for sure.
Wow.
I guess I'll ask. Hi, Afar.
Tyru.
Aw,
Friends, right?
yeah, kind of. I know him. Um, we were just wondering if you'd seen Kyogar recently in the area.
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
All right, it was worth a shot.
Wish I had. I know. I know.
2 in 2 weeks. Well, I guess you. I don't even know what I'm saying. Of course, you'd let people know if you.
Yes, of course. Do you want anything to eat or anything?
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay.
I am hungry this time.
Camus is like, I am.
I don't have much because I haven't started cooking yet, but I have some bread and some bread.
I love bread. Bread is delicious. Thank you very much for sharing what little you have.
She gives you some bread. And some
Okay.
butter. She butters the shit out of that bread.
Oh.
There you go. It's the good
bread.
it's the good
Someone's gonna
salted.
get a sound clip of that.
Yeah. It's like the curry gold.
That's gonna be a
too. It's
button.
like the really
Fucking gold.
It's like
Wow.
the good
I
shit.
love that commercial.
Wow.
It's not
Yeah.
butter.
She does not
It's
fuck
Terry
around.
Gold.
Hostess with the mostess over here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, dude. Spread
Okay. Fuck. All right. Rue's getting anxious about this. He doesn't like this. They're not gonna find anything here. I'm gonna just look around the tree line.
Yeah.
Just kind of search. Okay.
I feel like we should
Alright.
go out.
All right.
I'm looking for wolf tracks again. I know I am in my heart.
Okay. Roll a track skill.
Nah.
You can wait. You can actually
Augment if you
augment
want.
this if you want to.
I already rolled it and it's bad.
Okay.
Already rolled it. It's bad. I don't find any.
You don't find anything.
It's a rough day for you. It's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just failing everything right now because all I can think of is waking up next to the dead lambs and then seeing Bryn and then hearing Bryn and then running like an idiot into the woods, mostly naked.
So, in the interest of time, we'll say that you search for the rest of the day, but you don't find anything. Nobody does. It's a disappointing day.
This is getting insane. I can't.
The middle of
boy got taken.
the town square is kind of set up again as kind of like a search center. Tables are brought out and there's some food and stuff. Jorna and Afar and Drugala are just kind of like making sure there's food and refreshments and stuff as groups are kind of coming in and out throughout the day, just searching. A lot of work is put aside for the day, but nothing is found by the end of the day. Does anyone have anything else they want to do?
Yeah. Aurisa wanted to ask the chief about.
Yes. Okay. So we'll say it's towards the end of the day, and you see him actually. He's standing just inside his hall, and you can just see him. You can't see who he's talking to, but he seems to be like very animated about something.
She is going to approach quietly and just kind of make herself visible, but not interrupt the conversation. So it doesn't look like she's sneaking up on him, but she's like, I will wait.
Okay, so as you get closer, you overhear the voice from inside, and it's just like, I told you when it happened, we shouldn't have taken him in, and I told you now, it's all coming to fruition. It's coming to fruition, Gordar. I told you this. We should not have one of them in this town. And I told you it would come to ruin. And Gordangar is just like, would you have me turn my own kin out? Would you doubt my blood? Would you doubt the blood of Lika, because it also flows in his veins? I will not have you speak this way, Tarn. And then you get closer, you see it's Tarn, it's the father of the missing child, and Gordangar. And then he's just kind of, Gordangar's just like, oh, we will not continue this. He just says to Tarn.
We will not continue this.
He's like, you know my prayers are with you. Get some rest. We'll search again in the morning. And then he turns to you. May I help you, Aurisa?
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation, Gordangar. There was a thought I had earlier while we were searching, and it was suggested you would be the one to speak with. When the first time I had concerns that perhaps the little one had gotten lost by the riddle, but now the second time, another young man, I didn't know if maybe they ended up where the men are taken when they come of age, if maybe they got lost there, or if there's a specific place that is out of the way where they might have ended up by accident.
So you're asking me where the initiation happens?
I know you do not have to tell me. I'm asking if anyone had checked, because it was just a pattern that I was concerned about.
You know, I can't tell you much.
I know.
But I will tell you this. The place where they are bought is not the same place every time.
Okay. I was just concerned about
shit.
someone ending up somewhere and hurt. So.
As am I.
All right. Thank you for answering my worry.
Of course. And I don't know how much of that you heard, but, well, the friend is safe as long as I'm chief.
And I appreciate it. And she just like kind of nods, but just like really awkwardly goes away. Just like, all right, sure. I don't know how to end the conversation. Boom.
Anything else anyone has that they want to do?
I do have something real quick that I want to do as well.
Sure.
If Deerston is anywhere in town to be found, I do want to talk to him.
Deerston?
Yeah.
The weirdo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was in one of the search parties, but you see him eating some bread and butter. So that'll be our thing tonight. He's got some bread and butter and some mead, and he's eating that.
Okay. I walk over to Deerston and I say, did you have any luck? Did you find anything?
Always sneaking up on people. No, I didn't find anything.
I hope that he is okay wherever he is.
Yeah, me too.
I look at him like kind of puzzled. I don't say anything. I just kind of stare at him for a moment.
Okay. Are you trying to do like an insight? Like it's not insight check, but it's hold on, I'll look at the skills. It is
it is.
Yeah, it is. It is insight, isn't it?
Insight own species.
Insight own species. Is that what you're rolling with?
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
Yeah, do it, man, roll.
So my thought process was, and I might say this in a way that's very crass and upsetting to him, because that's kind of how Chimerise rolls sometimes. But I wanted to ask him if he found anything, because he's different than us. He's still a child, but he's a man. So, because he didn't pass the initiation.
Shit. Technically, he did.
Oh,
but
well,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll make an insight on species, and I'm gonna augment that, I think, with loyalty Haraborn tribe, because even
Sense.
though he's somebody that I don't necessarily like know personally very well or associate with very much, I very much care about my tribe, my clan. Like, I gave all my fucking cows to people of the clan because they needed food and stuff. So
no, this is good stuff. So so roll. So the first thing you're going to check is your loyalty. Roll your loyalty Haraborn clan, and see
I have
see
a
how you're
60
doing.
in that. So
So you want to roll under, and just tell me
I got
how
a
good you did.
73. I did not.
So you failed. Okay, so hold on. Let me just see. I believe that's not horrible. It just means you can't augment with it. You just have to roll on your regular skill, I think. Let me just check here. Hold on a minute. Skill augment failure. No,
and
actually,
it probably counts as using it.
Nope. It counts as using it, and you subtract 20 from the skill being attempted.
It's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
Perfect. Got to roll under a 10.
Yeah,
20 is a
That's
lot.
when you do best, honestly, is when you have to roll under 10.
Man. I rolled a 14. I would have had that if I didn't set it automatic.
20 is a lot. Holy crap.
She.
You awkwardly stare at him, and he awkwardly stares back, and you have this kind of awkward stare off.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I tell him, I say, after a long moment of staring, I say, I was hoping maybe you would see things differently than the rest of us. And maybe because of that, you might have found him. It seems I was wrong.
Okay.
Enjoy your bread.
It's like, whatever.
I get up and leave.
Thanks. All right.
Shit.
I'm not.
We have a shit cascade flowing in chat right now.
Can we make shit happen?
The she train.
Yeah, shit train.
I think I've decided that's what my
All right.
card's gonna say on it.
Back on track. So what do we got, Jess?
Yeah, so I'm not doing anything, but I just wanted to say that I'm going to be posting up at Descar's house and
To talk to him later.
No, just to stay there and just guard my cousins.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna quickly talk to Descar about that when we're getting food or whatever at the hall before going back out and searching through the night like the idiots that we are.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I think we should start posting people outside of the young ones' houses on wild days.
Did something happen to you with you?
You know the answer's yes, even before he says anything, because it's on his face.
Mm-hmm.
I think it happened last night. I don't killed a couple of Bryn's sheep. And she caught me. But I know I didn't hurt any of those kids. But they keep going missing between Wild Day and God Day. It's twice. Same night.
I know you're very protective over all the young kids.
I ate so much of the fucking sheep, I wouldn't have had room for a kid. Fuck. Des, it was horrible. I can't do that again. I think this is supposed to happen every fucking week now. What the fuck am I gonna do?
We'll think of something.
We don't have to. Everything is gonna fucking kill me this week. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's gonna work out just fine. We just Just make sure people look out for the little ones next week. This time. I don't think we're gonna find anything.
I kind of get that feeling too, but I know it wasn't you.
He just kind of nods. He's a little choked up about it, but he's gonna be like, well, we better keep searching.
So you search through the night again? Okay. You search as late as you can. You don't find anything. Eventually, late at night, you kind of get home, Brew, and you kind of collapse on your bed. And Aurisa, after that happens, and Des, when you get home, you find
like,
Bryn.
and Aranina murders me. Yeah.
Yeah, you never see the axe coming. Des, when you get home late, you find Bryn and Ort asleep outside, but with her weapons, guarding all your siblings. Aurisa, before all this, you've gone home, and you've got a lot of siblings too. You've got to kind of take care of, and as you do, you got to get them washed up and ready for bed and everything. And it's your time to wash up and get ready for bed. And you're like, what is this? You're kind of washing, and you see something on your side. You feel it first, then you look at it, and you have this another one of those marks. It's like right on your side, like right here.
How big is the handprint?
Child size.
She is going.
Not me, it's fucking Aurisa.
She is going to go to probably her herb garden outside, which is one of her favorite places to pray.
Sure. And I would say outside you have a it is the shrine to Shalana Arroy within the Vale. So it's a lots of people come and pray here and they leave offerings. And they're welcome because people are always welcome by Shalana Arroy. But it is a big piece of white oak that someone has carved. And it's been, your family has had it for years. So you don't know the story of how they got it, but someone carved it for them, a carving of Shalana Arroy. That's a statue. And it's around her is a herb garden with all sorts of healing herbs that you guys, you guys are gardening. And there's a small area where offerings can be placed. The garden where you guys are gardening. I can word.
Perfect. How I would describe it. It's perfect.
She's gonna go sit in front of the shrine and wrap her hand around her stomach and put her hand on top of the handprint there. And just close her eyes and just say, I'm listening. Whatever you want to tell me, whatever you need to do through me, I'm listening and I'm ready.
Do you worship Shalana Arroy's skill?
I believe yes.
I would say this is probably
so it was.
Oh, we have a worship unfilled in. Right?
You'll gain it eventually when you join your cult.
So technically, yes, I don't have it filled in because it wasn't under healer. So, so technically I have it, but it's only a 15.
Roll is a 15 right now.
Okay. Can I augment this using devotion Shalana Arroy?
Absolutely.
So that is at 80.
All right. So roll that first. Let's see how you do there.
Do not fuck me. Dice, do not fuck me. Okay, so I passed, but it's funny because I rolled
a 69.
It's a 69.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah.
So
we are all children here.
So I would say, according, wait.
80, so it's
I have a fantastic joke to make. Everybody, shut up. According to Bill Clinton, your dice did not fuck you.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
That was terrible.
It was awesome.
Okay, so I passed. What do I
All right,
do?
cool. So that is a regular success. So you add plus 20 to your skill. So
Holy
now it's
shit.
so it's a
That makes
35 now. Yeah,
35.
makes a big
Okay.
difference. Yep.
Nope.
She's
Still-
like freaking out. I'm like, is it a 69? And we're all like, ah.
Still biffed it. Okay.
Yeah.
66.
Oh fuck. All right.
Sarah can't roll. Y'all forget this.
So you feel as you pray,
Flip it
you
upside
feel that
down.
you feel that calming presence, but there is no answer forthcoming. And unless anyone has anything else to do, I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, and I'm going to say that over the next 2 weeks,
Fucking
Oh,
searching
no.
tirelessly again.
you search tirelessly. During that period of time of your searching, your mom and Morganeth do show up at your house,
No.
perform a ritual to bless your hearth.
Oh, okay.
And kind of cleanse the home, because they said this, he just kind of gave you the place. They didn't really do anything to make it a home. So now it's officially a home. It's got the magic hearth. In your comings and goings, you see Aranina every once in a while, and she always seems to stop what she's doing and stare at you. You do notice a pattern, however, over the last couple of those weeks where a couple mornings you get, not all the time, but every once in a while, there's so-and-so leaving her house. So usually you see some women of the Vale seem to spend the night at Aranina's now and then.
Who wouldn't want to? Look at her.
God damn.
We're all just like, yep.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
making her sandwiches.
Hi.
And although you search and search and search until you're exhausted, you find nothing. The
First coming wild day. The first
Yes.
one
Mhm.
weekend.
Mhm.
I am gonna leave the village
Mhm.
and just go way the fuck into the woods. Just
you
way the fuck into the woods. That's my
You-
plan.
You do, and you sleep that night, and strangely, you have a really good night's sleep, and you wake up right where you went to sleep.
What the fuck? Somehow this is worse. I'm like, what does it mean?
Although you did hear as you make your campfire and everything, you do hear the howling of the wolves in the distance, but nothing happens to you that night.
Fuck. And then I will return to the village.
But you do have that night. You do have a dream of a familiar young face that you saw and talked to during your initiation.
Oh, killed 2 bears.
Yep. That's, I would say you probably spend the same. I don't know if you're searching day and night quite the same way Rue is, but
Not quite the same. He's
but you spend
definitely, yep.
a lot of time out there, and unfortunately, even though you're a great tracker, you don't find anything. Kymreese, you do spend some time with Savan. You know that divinations are made again, and the same answer comes back, that he does not draw the Windlord's breath. And Morganeth divines that Kilgar has not been received by the earth.
Same ones.
Same ones.
That's terrifying. What the fuck? We're cursed. Something is happening. This is not good.
And eventually, the same ceremony is had.
I do want to confront Rue within the 2 weeks.
Okay, let me just finish my overview, and we'll say you did that at the time. So the same ceremony is eventually had. It's not quite the funeral that everyone hoped for, but it's an attempt to give closure and some praying. And the ring, which is the ruling group, it's Gordongar and his advisors. They meet and they determine that nobody is allowed to leave the Vale or enter the Vale. There's no raiding this summer, and jobs that are normally left for children, kind of watching over the sheep herds and the cattle herds. Young warriors are assigned to do that with them, to watch over the children. So everybody's taking an extra steps to watch over all their children. And in the meantime, also, it is a dry summer. It's not raining. It is not good for your crops. And whispers begin to say that Orlanth is weakening. But somewhere within that 2 weeks, go for it, Bryn.
Yeah, I'm probably actually going to go to his shack house.
Okay.
One of the nights when we're done searching. And just bang on the door.
Is this before or after the first wild day?
It's up to you.
I probably would have come before the first wild day, or probably like right before that night, but you would have been gone.
Ah, so you catch me afterward when
So
I'm coming back, or when I'm
So
just
I would have
back.
catched you after.
Oh God, she's banging on my door. So like inside, and Rue happens to be home, but he is banging on his door, and he's like, "Aranina is here to kill me. It's finally happening." That is his first thought. Fuck, that is Aranina. She is here to kill me. I'm gonna die. Okay, die like a man. Head up. He's gonna open the door, and it's not Aranina.
You have to look way down.
Way down. It's fucking Bryn. And he's like, "This is worse. This is somehow worse." Panic. Panic. Hey, Bryn.
Hi, Rue. Are you going to invite me inside?
Oh. Do you want a sandwich?
Yes, thank you.
He's gonna start making her a sandwich.
With peanut butter that has no oil.
Are we going to talk about what happened?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you okay?
I'll refund your family.
That's okay, Rue. That's okay, Rue. Christian.
Wow.
Making up some shaved lamb sandwiches.
Yeah,
Shawarma.
the bug. Shawarma.
That's okay, Rue. We have sheep, we have cows, like they die all the time.
It's my fault though.
You didn't do it on purpose. Unless you did.
I don't even remember what happened.
And this time?
Don't think anything happened. I don't really know what's happening to me.
Have you told anyone?
Discara. Pretty sure everybody else is pretty sure that they know what they think is happening.
If they didn't think it the first time, they probably don't think it the second time.
I think they're coming around.
Hydrate, boys.
What are you gonna do?
Think I'm gonna have to leave. For a little while at least.
Where would you go?
Keep seeing a boy. A Tomori boy. When I dream.
How do you know he's Talmori?
His eyes.
They're like your eyes.
I think I have to find him. I don't know though. I'm not a shaman.
You could ask our shaman or Kymreese. He's trying to be a shaman, I think. Someday.
I'm in Black Stag Vale. I've got a surplus of stag shamans and no wolf shamans.
When do you think you're gonna go? Are you gonna say goodbye before you leave?
Do you want me to?
course.
Yeah, I'll say goodbye.
To everyone?
I mean, there's a lot of people in the village, Bren. Slap it. He's just been patting the sandwich down for like a long day. The sandwich is getting really fucked up. I'll say goodbye to you and Discara. Maybe I'll leave and come back.
Maybe. Why is it a maybe? You have to come back. This is your home.
He's just gonna hand her the sandwich.
I guess I'm gonna take the sandwich.
I'm really sorry.
I just want to make sure you're okay, Rue.
I'm not the most not okay person in the Vale. At least.
It's a big village. A lot of things happen at once. Hopefully we find this one. Hopefully this time he comes back.
I don't think you will.
I'm not going to believe it until it's over.
I think we have to catch it in the act.
We don't even know what's going on.
Something's taking them. If they were leaving, we'd find them. Discara, I would have found them. So we set a trap.
We set a trap.
We should set a trap.
I mean, Christian just left, but I don't know how many kids, like, we can't
There
like
can't-
just bait children.
there's only like 7 or 8 of us about the same age in the Vale right now, us. So there's not that many kids the same age range.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not that many. It's a small Vale.
Yeah, maybe like a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of those are Discara's brothers and sisters.
Ugh, I know. Don't remind me. I asked
And
Kent.
Arisa.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
It's actually just those two
Two left, I
siblings.
know.
Left. Yeah.
I was like, Kent, how many of my cousins are around this age?
No one went missing last night, so it's every 2 weeks. It'll be the next one.
You should talk to the chief. It's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe someone who's not me should talk to the chief.
You should tell Descar. It's a good idea.
I'll tell this guy. It is a good idea.
Thank you for the sandwich, Rue. Thank you for always feeding me. And I'm gonna miss these when you leave.
I'll pack a few for you.
Or you can promise me to make more when you come back.
Eh. He's just gonna kind of hold his arms out if she wants a hug.
Oh, yeah, she'll hug him. And then she'll punch him. Like, this better not be the goodbye.
Fuck.
She's gonna
I
take
feel
her
like
sandwich.
Lonson teaches you the good stuff and not me.
That's all the extra classes, yes. Or maybe I just pay more attention.
That's probably right.
You know, you can come to us if something happens.
Thanks.
Try to eat someone else's sheep.
We'll try to eat no one else's sheep. I'll try not to eat sheep. I've been going really far into the woods.
So on that note,
Yeah.
on that note, the ritual for Kyogar was that the night after this, we'll say, conversation.
Okay.
The night after that, both is a wild day, and it is a seasonal holy day for Shalana Arroy. There are a couple big holidays coming up. One is the seasonal holiday for Shalana Arroy, and the next week after that is one of the biggest holidays of all, which is a Wednesday of Stasis Week. It's the Feast of Sartar, the founder, which is when everybody feasts the founding of your country. It's kind of like 4th of July. So
explosives.
Yeah, there's no explosive stuff. No Glocks either, Troy. So don't even.
Clear why.
Damn it!
Oh, chat already beat you to the Glock joke ages ago.
Yeah. There's been a couple of Glock jokes already made in chat. But that next night is a holy day. You don't necessarily have to go there, but a lot of people are kind of planning to go to that holy day just because the community's hurting. But what are you going to do, Rue?
I will go.
Okay.
I will do that.
Christian, I think you weren't here, but we were talking about like how many kids around this age-ish are left or are in the village. I should say are left.
I would say probably not a lot. There's only like, if I remember off the top of my head, there's only like I want to say probably maybe like 8
handfuls. Yeah.
Okay. Something like that. I mean, there's not a lot.
I was going to say 3 of those are Orisas.
Yeah. And 3 of them are Descaras.
Yeah, there's not many fucking left.
There's not many. I think I said earlier when we said this, like of the kids in the Vale, there's really only like 40 kids in the Vale, like entire. Right. I mean, there's not that many. Yeah.
The whole age range between infants and
right, exactly,
and like 16-ish.
Exactly. During also just kind of a rewind, Aurisa, during those 2 weeks, you've been spending a lot of time with Senna Runsaway because she is very, very pregnant and very, very close to giving birth.
Yep.
And she's very, very uncomfortable. So you've been doing everything you can to help her with that.
First official midwifery duties as a grown-up. Yay.
It's adulting.
Yep, she's so good at this. She actually is, to be fair. Arisa's good at things.
Yes.
There was something that I kind of wanted to do on this holy day. With Descara, and
you can't go to the range. No, go ahead.
With Descara and possibly Aurisa. I know she's probably super busy, right, with holy day shenanigans.
Probably.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I mean,
I think just
me
and
is to her family. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, at some point on this day, probably earlier in the morning, I go to Descara. I go to his house and I knock on his door unceremoniously.
Nice.
Normally, I like beckon to him from the wilderness or like a barrel next to his house, but today I knock on his door.
Look at it.
Knock, knock, knock.
I'm a little confused with the timeline. Is this the wild day and holy day, or
yes,
it's both?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, it's both. I see. Okay.
Ooh, fun.
Descara, one of my dearest friends. I need your help with something.
Sure thing. What do you have in mind?
Follow me. It'll make more sense if I explain.
Okay. Okay. Wait, okay.
We get out to a spot that's kind of secluded on the outside of the village a little bit, and there's a shovel there, and there's also a little piece of string, and there's also a bell there as well. If we have a bell or something to make noise, something that would chime or jingle when it moves.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Descara, and I kind of stand and I look at the shovel for a second, and then I just sit down on the ground. And I'm gonna talk to you from the seated position on the ground unless you sit with me.
I'm just taking all of the. Hold on, I gotta kind of take in my own.
I just pat the ground next to me, offering you a spot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I would play this with in character, because as a player, I know what you're asking me to do.
I haven't asked it yet. Hold
do
on.
Do you? Because I have no idea.
Yes, I do. But
He's
as a
asking him
character,
he wants to be buried alive. This crazy
Yes.
Kymries.
So I'm trying to figure out how
that's
Descara is
The string in the bell. I see.
if he can also kind of no, he wouldn't be able to string this together.
He's like, "Fuck is this?"
So yeah, I'll Des will sit down next to you and just be like, "What's with all this?"
I kind of smile as I'm looking at you with my fucking crazy eyes, right? And then my face goes very serious all of a sudden. Boom, right? And I look at you and I say, not many people know this because I just found this out myself. But when I was born, I was dead for 2 days. And I'm not sure what that means yet. But the shaman said that these boys no longer drew the breath of Orlanth. And the priestess said that their bones had not been received by the earth. I don't know. We haven't found them because we haven't looked hard enough. I think maybe sometimes if you're trying to find somebody, you need to be the right bait. Maybe this is something that I have with both of them that no one else here does. I don't know. Maybe it sounds totally crazy, but what I need you to do is I need you to get me as close to that as you can. No longer draw the breath of Orlanth, not yet received by the earth. And Descara, I'm asking you for 2 reasons. 1, because I trust you, and you're my closest friend. And 2, because you can dig holes very quickly. Because you're very large.
Very large.
So, my plan is, we'll dig a hole, I'll jump in, you bury everything except for my arm, okay? We'll have my arm upright. I'm going to tie this string to it that's going to be attached to a bell. And I'm going to hold my breath until I can't anymore. And when my arm goes limp and the bell jingles, I'm hoping that's going to be the place where I can find these kids. What do you say?
Oh my
This is madness.
But it
He's
just
like-
might work.
I don't know if I'm the one that I'm glad that you trust me like this, but I don't know if I
And
can.
you can dig fast.
Because you're very large.
Because you're very
Really?
large.
Such a goth thing to do.
But if if something
Dad's
were to
here.
happen,
Leave that here.
if something were to happen, I don't know if I can bring you back.
That's why you're here, right? When the bell jingles,
You need a reason.
give it a little bit, take me out.
Give it a little bit.
Yeah, but what happens
like
after
10
that?
seconds? I don't know. My understanding is that sometimes time is different in different places, and I'm hoping that 10 seconds here will be enough time to find them wherever they might be if I can get there. I know it sounds crazy, Discara, but trust me. Their families are grieving. This is our job. This is our purpose, and our duty is to watch after our clan. And like I said, I'm the only one here that maybe can do this.
I do agree with that, but I don't feel comfortable risking your life with in my hands. Like I think maybe we should ask Aurisa to come here too, just in case.
I smile at you and I put a hand on your shoulder up here. Or maybe on your leg. I don't know if you're sitting with me. Are you sitting with me?
I'm sitting with you.
Then I put my hand on your shoulder and I say, hey man, I already came back once. What do you say? I grabbed the shovel.
I'm literally gonna find Discara standing next to this hole, this freshly turned earth in this bell, and I'm just gonna start talking to him. This arm.
I feel like I need to roll something
To help you decide.
Sure.
to help me decide
Yeah.
with this.
I'll try to roll against it too if you want. Maybe I can whoever rolls higher.
You
or
should
something.
roll one
I
of
don't
your
know.
affinities.
Yeah. So
It definitely should be an affinity. That would be perfect.
So one of the affinities,
I don't know which one, but death versus fertility, disorder versus harmony, truth versus
Oh
illusion.
yeah, those. Oh, it should fucking
Truth
totally be a
versus
power
illusion?
affinity.
Maybe truth versus illusion. That seems more like if Chimera succeeds or not. I guess.
Truth versus
Yeah.
illusion would be good. Harmony and disorder would be good. Obviously, death and fertility would be good. Yeah.
I was also thinking like my devotions and passions, because like you did kind of have say it like we have a
Yeah, we're
duty
doing it
to
for
our
the clan.
and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
do you have like clan loyalty maybe?
yeah, I
Yeah.
have
Or
clan
family,
loyalty.
love
all
of
do.
family, maybe.
I have love of family, and that like, but and that does kind of also go because like we're also trying to protect the ones that could the potential victims to come, and
Yeah.
like we said, like that's like 60% of my family right now is like potential victims.
Whatever you think would fit, bud. I'll roll one too if you want.
I would say the other one is you can roll like Comrice's own like trying like orate or something like that to try to talk you into it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you could like resist that.
I'm not. I
Peer
wouldn't.
pressure.
So my rune, my power rune affinity is my truth is 75 and my illusion is 25. So Chimerice is like a very genuine person.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
He wouldn't try to.
No, he would. He
Yeah,
has
he
to
wouldn't
roll
want
his
this
own.
card
It
to
has
do this
nothing to do
unless-
with yours. Yeah, it has nothing. It actually has nothing. He has to roll his. I think for you, it would probably be truth versus illusion. I guess is the best one.
Remember, we're also the only people that made it all the way to look into the void. I think I might bring that up too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll say, Descara, we've been to the very edges of everything together, and we came back. This is nothing compared to that. It's going to be okay, I promise.
This isn't even halfway to the end that we went.
I do think I'll probably roll towards my loyalty of the tribe.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just to see how that goes. Now with this, I would be rolling under still, right?
I guess I would say like, so it's up to you. So you could say if you think your loyalty to the tribe will allow you to get talked into it, then yeah, you want to roll under.
Or if you think your loyalty to the tribe will prevent you from killing one of them.
Yeah, that is also.
No.
Hey, we're hoping
This is-
momentary unconsciousness.
I feel like this is reason versus intuition. More
You
like
could
a
also,
thing, you know?
you could also
Yeah.
just roll a straight percentile and just do 50-50.
Yeah.
And if you're leaving it up to luck.
I will go with the loyalty to the of the tribe, because he's speaking. Kyrese is speaking a lot of things to Descara that he is also very
Yeah, he's making a big
aligned
risk.
with.
Yeah, in order to save people.
And being one with many younger siblings, he also kind of wants to find these children who have been lost, and also to kind of bring Rue some solace.
So I'll honestly
Don't
say
do
that you,
this for
I
me.
mean, you sound like you talked yourself into it. I don't think it's even
Yeah.
necessary to roll. So, all right.
Just do it. Just do it.
So
Just
you
bury
dig a
him.
hole. So you dig a hole. Kyrese, you jump in, and you leave your hand out with the bell. And then
Yeah.
this is probably the hardest part, Descar. You just start dumping dirt on your still living friend.
Yep.
And it's like, shovel load, and
I
Kyrese,
need to walk up to you as you're
as you begin to do this, as the dirt kind of falls on you at the beginning, you're like, okay, this isn't that big of a deal. And then more and more kind of gets on you. And Caprice, it's hard to do this, right? Because you're burying your friend alive.
Oh, it's
but
fucking
Caprice,
very hard.
You're being buried alive, right? And as you do,
Earth is my only rune. I have 0 in.
Yep. and the earth eventually covers you. And just so I'm just going to give this to you because for story reasons. And this is, by the way, GMs, this is when your players go completely off the rails and you have to make shit up on the spot. The dirt covers you, and first it's loose and you can still manage to get some air, and then eventually it gets heavier and heavier and harder to breathe, and you're resisting this urge to struggle, but you're trying to draw breath, trying, and then it goes black, and for a little bit of time, you're not sure how long, there's just quiet and stillness. And then you feel like you're falling. And you feel like you're falling faster and faster and faster. But right at the end, before you would hit, you see a face, another face. It's a lot like your face, but it just has the eyes are different. Because where your one eye is orange and the other is blue, it's switched. It's whatever this spirit is, this other spirit that talked to you originally underground. It stops you from falling. And then you're in a misty forest, and you can hear laughter, but it's not like pleasant laughter like children. It's just this awful, evil cackle. Somewhere in the distance in that forest, you can hear it, and you try to follow it, and you're stumbling over roots and walking through the mists, and you see a cave. And this horrible cackling laughter and madness is coming from this cave. And Descar, you're watching the hand, and you see it stop. What do you do?
Yeah, it would just fall limp and the bell would ring. I said give me 10 seconds, bro. We're close. We're fucking close.
When his arm goes limp and the bell rings, I will give a 10 count, and then I'm going to grab his arm and I'm going to yank him out of the dirt.
So you see this chaos coming from this cave, and you can feel like you did when you were back back facing down the devil almost, and you walk to the mouth of this cave, and you can sense the smell of just hard, rotten smell. And there's a winged figure in that cave, and you hear that cackling. And just as you're about to see it, you're on the ground coughing dirt up.
You just plucked Kyrese out of the ground like a fucking turnip.
Yep. Meanwhile,
What turnip?
Shalana Arroy has
Thanks, Descara.
a holy day every season. And each of them is dedicated to like a different portion of the soul. So it could be, this one particularly is Soul Healing Day. Other ones are dedicated to different parts of the body. So it seems appropriate for the time that you pray to protect your spirits this time. And Shalana Roy isn't a major deity of the Hortlings, so the only shrine is at your house. So this day, typically there's a couple of visitors who come to pray, but this is a lot of people come to your house today, Aurisa, for this. And the offerings that are laid on the altar in front of it are, she doesn't accept any animals or anything like that. Nothing is sacrificed to her. It's typically sweets or flowers or plants that are not used in healing for healing purposes. So Drugala's baked some of her honey cakes. Other women in the Vale have baked some things as well and given them to her. And and it's just more than usual, right? And I almost picture, it's a sad thing to think about, when there's like a shooting or something and people leave all the flowers outside of the building. Your shrine looks like that today.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people there, and you're kind of up front with your grandmother as she leads the prayer. And who else is there? I know, Bryn, are you there?
I mean, I'm not sure if like the whole village is there.
Welcome if they want to be there.
I guess it actually depends on if Descar's family is there.
Yes.
Then yeah, I'll be there.
Minus Descara.
Rue is there too.
Strangely minus Descara. And Rue, you are there with your mom. And Morganeth is there too. And so, but this is Esther Warmheart's show because she's retired, but a priestess of Shalana Roy. And so she kneels before the shrine and she begins the prayer. And she says, you're kneeling kind of behind her, maybe off to the left or the right, Aurisa.
Yeah.
But Esther kind of kneels and raises her hands and she says, hail the light bringers. Hail gods of storm and wind. Hail goddesses of earth and stone. Hail most of all the lady in white. Hail the bone binder. Hail hurt banisher. Hail mother of mercy. You alone know the wounds that will never heal. You alone know the wounds that bleed in silence. You have brought the world back to life. You healed what others could never heal. Grant us all your compassion now, O mercy, Mother, for we are hurting. There are wounds that bleed in silence here. Behind you, there are sobbings from families. There are wounds that will never heal. Mercy, Mother, you found hope when there was none. Your love was a light in great darkness. We ask you now, shine your light on us. Help us find hope where there seems to be none. Let your love soothe the wounds we have borne these past weeks. Though we know they will never heal, we know we must go on. Hear us, O mercy, Mother. Accept our sacrifice. Know it comes with our love. Return your love to us in kind. And you've been to several of these. Well, all your life you've been to these, Aurisa.
Yeah.
And you've always felt very calm. It's a very calming. You can feel the presence of the goddess. This time in particular, as you kneel, you feel almost like a cold, soothing feeling kind of rush through your whole body where you get goose flesh on your arms and everything. And you feel the slightest touch kind of just on the back of your neck. And there's a whisper in your ear. One of you here is not who they seem.
Does she recognize whose voice that is?
You've never heard it before. With that, the ritual ends, unless you want to do something about that.
She is going to slowly stand and turn and look and study who is there.
Most of it is there.
Shit.
What are you doing this night?
Root is gonna leave before it's too close to sunset, but he did want to come for the the holy day, he's gonna leave an offering at Shalana Arroy's shrine of some antlers, cast off antlers that were dropped, not that were taken from a slain deer.
Edge. Yep.
And so when he still has a couple good hours of daylight, then he is going to, I guess, he's gonna tell, oh fuck, something terrible is happening. Ah! He's freaking out. He wants to stay to protect the kids, but he's going to turn into a wolf.
Arisa's gonna
He's not
pull
sure. He
Rue
needs to talk
aside
to
before
someone.
he goes.
Okay, great. Yes, with someone with wisdom.
Wait, what just happened? What did you say, Ursa?
Before people start leading the ritual, Arisa's gonna grab Rue and kind of
Gotcha.
pull him aside.
Hey,
Are you okay?
oh. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something bad is gonna happen tonight.
I think I heard her voice. And she
Goddess?
said someone here is not who they seem. And I'm not putting it on you. In fact, the opposite. I trust
I
you.
was like, you think it's me?
No. The opposite. I trust you very much. That's why I'm telling you.
I had this
Because
plan.
you're like me. You stay on the outside of things. I didn't know if you'd seen anything.
I haven't. But I have a plan.
What is it?
We should get all the little ones together tonight in the same building and stand guard.
They can come here, all of them. There's enough
So
room.
That's actually a great excuse. It's the holy day, the shrine.
Yeah. There's
They
room
can have
enough.
a sleepover with your siblings.
We have so many blankets and pillows. My sister has taken to crafting. We can easily house all of them tonight.
And then someone or something will come for them.
I won't sleep.
Neither will Bryn or Discara.
What about you?
I want to, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna change again.
If you do, and none of us are sleeping, we will be here.
He's I'm gonna turn into a wolf. Like a arrow sword proof wolf.
I don't want anything to happen to you either. If I can keep everyone that's in danger in one place, I can keep an eye on all of them and I can keep them all safe.
I killed Bryn's sheep.
What?
I killed Bryn's sheep. I don't know how much I'll be me.
Where will you go then? Back home?
I'm just gonna run that way. I just gesture to the woods vaguely.
Well,
I was just gonna run that way.
Will you come back in the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
You're better at this than you think you are.
Am I?
Yeah.
Something left a handprint on my side last time. Things are happening and I don't understand them, and this is the first time I've heard her voice.
Like, what do you mean something?
I don't know. I was bathing and I looked down and there was a small child's handprint on my side.
Maybe it's a sign you're gonna find them.
I hope so.
I think this is the best idea. I think they should all come here.
yeah, let's talk to everyone, get everyone here. The girls will be happy to help me host. And yeah, then it's
Yep. Let's split up. Let's divide and conquer.
Yep.
Let's find people and tell them the plan and
Find the
start
kids.
hurting children.
So
I'm keeping an eye on the sun.
How bad are you going to feel when all the kids disappear at once?
Thinks that's a wonderful idea. He gives some weapon things. Lanson is all about guarding Aranina's inn. So you, Jorganoth and Ven also are in.
Yeah.
And so you gather all the kids and you have kind of make it kind of like a big sleepover because it's like, hey, next week's going to be the feast of the founder of Sartar. We're going to have a party tonight,
and
guys.
Today's the holy day of Shalana Aroy.
Yeah, and so they have all the candy. There's all sorts of cakes and some good food bought in, and Camrese gets washed off of dirt.
I was going to say, did Discar and Camrese show up? And
I wanted to be like, you guys were having your scene when Rue had pointed to the, it's like, I'm going to run that way. And I'm just like bringing Camrese's unconscious form out of the woods. In fact,
that is exactly what's happened. He's like kind of like got him like this, like covered in dirt.
Yeah.
The woods.
So the scene would have ended differently if that's what happened.
I did not want to interrupt that. It was going really well. So,
say for time's sake, everybody's gathered.
Yeah.
You get the kids inside. Imagine you stay inside with the kids, Aurisa.
Probably, yeah.
Rue, you go off into the woods.
I don't want to leave my friends, but I also feel like I am a greater danger to them than
abandoned.
I feel like I am going to go off into the woods, but I leave much later than I should. So I'm not going to be as far as I want to be.
Do you sleep or do you try to stay awake all night?
I'm going to try to stay awake.
What about everyone else?
Well, I guess I have to sleep because I wasn't included in the fucking no one's going to sleep party.
It's not true. We'll say you just were told that.
No, I'm saying Amber.
No, Amber was like, Bryn and Discara will stay up too.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I love how Camrese like began this episode of like, I never sleep.
That's because Camrese was asleep when I was saying this. He hasn't woken up from almost being dead.
Not asleep, unconscious. Right. There's a difference.
Yeah, we're definitely all staying up.
So everybody, the warriors kind of arrange themselves outside. And Camrese. And night falls, and it's a summer night, so it's warm, and the insects are buzzing and chirping in the trees, and there's a very dry, very hot breeze blowing down through the vale tonight. And the red moon is just so full in the sky, and the moon never moves; it just turns. So, like whenever you are, there's no rotation. In the sun actually rises and sets because Yelm goes over the sky dome, but the moon itself just hovers in the same place in the sky. It just turns weekly. That's why it goes from full to new. But it's in the same place, and Sedenia is just watching over her with her red light tonight. Shining down into the vale, and up high in the mountains above you guys, you hear the howling of wolves, as you do most wild day nights, and you settle in for a long watch. And Ort, you're riding. I imagine, Bryn, you're kind of riding Ort around like in a big circle, or at least you're around Ort. And he doesn't like the howling of those wolves. He gets kind of like a little skittish with that. But you all stand a very, very long night's watch. And Rue, you kind of, I'd imagine, kind of get yourself up against a tree with your bow, and you're just kind of like going to try to stay up the whole night. And you manage. You manage to. And you're just like, you're terrified. You're just terrified that something's going to happen and you're going to change and you're going to hurt those people. But you just, some point during the night, you just feel that you wouldn't know the feeling it's the feeling that Aurisa gets because she hasn't described it to you, but you feel this wonderfully kind of cool, relaxing calm just wash over you. And you just know somehow because you paid those respects that tonight, chaos will not touch you.
I'm going to go back to the village.
At some point at midnight, you show back up, and you all stand guard but nothing happens.
Wow, you
Nothing
need to do
happens.
that every week. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. And so the days go on, and the Feast of Sartar is going to be in a couple of days now. And you find yourselves doing different things. Rue, you and Deskar and Bryn are watching over some kids, watching over some sheep.
Just standing around watching kids
You're just
watch sheep.
making sure the kids are okay. Kymrese, you and Aurisa, typically Kymrese, this is woman's work, looking for herbs and stuff in the forest and mushrooms. But Savan has actually told you to go do this to learn about the different sorts of healing herbs and stuff. So you're in the forest with them and you're looking around for different sorts of plants and herbs and stuff like that. But you guys are watching over the kids and they're having a right time because they kind of like that you guys are there. So some of it's like Dessa's siblings, but it's also Ashart.
Oh, little buddy.
And he's just hanging on you
friend.
and Bryn. And he's just like, I know you're going to, whatever it is, Rue, you're going to find what it is because you're like the best, Rue. Because you were the one who caught those guys when they were stealing the cattle. And I just know whatever it is, if it's just it's probably like a red moon witch wizard. And you're just going to shoot him right in the head with a bow and kill him.
Shit. I'm going to do my best, bud.
However, Kymrese and the ladies are, you're just kind of spread out in a forest, kind of looking, and you're finding, you find a couple of nice, mushrooms and some good stuff like that to eat. The good kinds of mushrooms, not the see God kind of mushrooms.
Strangely enough, I'm grabbing all the ones that you guys aren't.
Kymrese is like, oh, this is a good one. But as you do, all of a sudden, Aurisa, you feel like you're being watched.
She's gonna look around and see if she can spot anything.
You turn around and you see standing just over, kind of like there's a little hollow, and it's an area where there's lots of ferns and undergrowth, and just standing just at the crest of this little hollow, you see a 10-year-old boy, and he just looks very, very disheveled, and he's sticks and mud in his hair, and he's just like, it's Andrin.
Oh my god. She runs to him.
And he's like, oh, I need to find my mom.
Andrin.
I need to find.
Andrin, hi. Do you remember me?
And you hear Rana, another woman who's looking. She just runs over, and he's like, who?
That's okay. That's okay. You've been through a lot, sweetie. Come on. Let's get you back to your mom and dad, okay?
And Reese, you see this too. You're a little farther away, but you see Aurisa talking to someone, and you're like, oh shit, that's Andrin.
I'll draw my daggers and kind of look around and try to maintain vigilance.
Give me a search roll or a scan roll. Make it a scan roll.
Can I listen instead?
Give me a listen roll.
They're the same. It's just that
I'm
weird.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just that I'm weird.
And I'd like to augment it with my air rune.
Okay.
See if the wind can let me know if someone's coming, kind of thing.
Sure. Go for it.
So I got below my air rune. My air rune's a 70. I rolled a 54.
Okay, so that is a normal success. So you add 20 to your listen roll.
Okay. And I got a 23, which is enough to pass my listen roll, which would be a 55 now that it's augmented.
Okay. You hear the wind rustling through the trees, and you hear faintly, ever so far away, and you know when you're listening to this, you know that it is not a natural thing you're hearing. You know that it's not a sound. This is something spiritual speaking to you. You hear that cackling you heard when you're buried. Very,
Kymrese gets pissed.
Very faintly you hear it. Meanwhile, Aurisa, what are you doing?
She's trying to help, get some of the stuff
He's
out of his
like,
hair.
my mom. Well, she needs. I just want to see my mom.
I know. I'm gonna take you to your mom. Okay?
Can you take me to her?
Yeah, of course, baby. She looks. She takes his hand. She looks back. She's like, Hey, Andrin's back. I'm gonna go take him to his mom and dad. Okay.
And they kind of start taking going with you guys. And as you're walking.
Can I run up to him real quick as you're taking him away?
Nope.
Oh, fuck!
She starts walking, And as you're walking, you get to the edge of the forest, Aurisa, and you're like, "Oh, Andrew," you're about to turn to say something to him. Not there.
And there were other women with me, right? She looks to them like,
We're all like, "Oh, he was just here."
I held his hand.
I fucking I break through the trees or wherever they're coming from, and I'm yelling frantically. I'm like, "Where's the cave? Where's the cave?" And then I look around and I see that the kid's gone, and the girls are just all standing there, and I'm like, "No,
What?
no."
What? Camry, what are you talking about? What are you talking? Cave?
I think this is a good point for me to like cut scene to someone else, maybe. I don't know.
So you guys, the boys, you're like, Rue, you're just sitting there, and Des is nearby, and Bryn, and Ashar's just like, so, the thing about Red Moon Wizards, though, Red Moon Wizards is like, they know sorcery. So, like, some of them, like, they have a corpse where they call down, like, meteors from the Red Moon. And so you have to be careful with that because you don't want to get, like, hit by one. And as you're saying that, like,
where did you hear all this?
Oh, I just hear stuff about the Lunars, and you hear like just as you ask that, you see the girls all like burst out of the woods, like in some sort of tizzy, but you don't know what.
Like a good tizzy or a bad tizzy?
It seemed like a good tizzy, but now they all seem like it's turning into a bad tizzy very quickly.
The tizzy's turning. Oh no!
It's a turning tizzy. That is correct.
Gonna go over there and see what's up.
Just as you're about to say something, Kyrie's Des shows up. Bryn, do you want to go down too?
Yeah, if Rue's gonna hang back, I'll go with
sure. Bryn and Des show up just as you get there.
What do you mean cave, Kymries? What?
I think at this point, Kymries is kind of he's like out of his mind. So like he's still trying to listen to the wind. He's got this cackling in the back of his mind, and he just starts like screaming like give them back, you demon, give them back, like. And he's just like pacing around, like running through the trees, like looking to see if he can find a fucking cave pop up behind a tree somewhere. He's got his dagger in his hand. He's like frantic, not making any sense.
Unfortunately, you can't find anything.
Seeing Bryn and Discar, Aurisa is gonna look to them and just, Andrin was here. I saw him, and we talked, and I held his hand, and we were all gonna bring him back to his parents. He was almost crying, asking about his mom, and then we got here, and he vanished into thin air, like he was never there in the first place, but he was. And I don't know what Kyrie's is talking about.
I mean, if
you do, Descara. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I told you everything that I saw. I told you every fucking thing that I saw, everything I heard, every fucking tree, the cave, the laugh. I told you all of it. I told you fucking all of it.
I mean, if Andrin disappeared, maybe Kyrie saw something. He sees things all the time.
No, I found Andrin. I was the first one to see him. I don't see things. Maybe I do see things. I don't know, but I was there. He had twigs in his hair and leaves. He looked all out of sorts. He was so scared.
Can I, and I don't know if it's something I can use right now. Can I roll my illumination skill? With what?
Okay, so no, so no, and I'll tell you why. Remaining extremely cryptic, the illumination skill is only rolled against to see if you become illuminated, and I will not tell you what that is.
Fair enough.
So
I was just wondering because, like, with Hymese's like rambling,
like illumination, and, like, light bulbs. Can I get a light bulb?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Illumination. So no, you can't. Sadly.
Okay.
Once I see nothing is going to burst out of the woods and attack this group of people, I will keep Ashart with me, but I'll go kind of join the group. I'll be like, let's go see what's going on.
Sure, they catch you up on what they saw.
Yeah, Aurisa explains everything.
We should look for tracks.
And she like gestures to the path they just walked on.
I'll go to the spot where they just were. Let's see if we can find anything.
And she'll bring him up to the
I'm gonna follow Kymrese.
The area where she first found him as well.
Listen here, you little shits. You failed every roll I've rolled tonight.
I will give you a plus 20 bonus here because she's showing you where
pointing where she was. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
He was
Perfect.
right here.
Mhm.
Perfect.
No.
You should have augmented it, bro. What are you doing?
I already used my loyalty
what?
clan. I
It's
used it last
okay because Deskar is
because
here.
Discar is here. It's fine.
Yes. Do you want to do the same thing?
Yeah, I will
Get
also.
over here and do better at my job that I'm the same good as you at.
Good as you at.
You have the same. You have the same bonus, Des. Although you
One
probably
of
won't.
us
Okay.
You
is
probably
a
won't need it.
professional writer here.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
think
I
actually
didn't
more
need it. I
than
got a
one of us.
38.
I word good.
Yeah, but I was like the garden you guarded in, and I'm also published.
Yeah, I was like one of maybe.
Oh
two.
hey,
Oh yeah, so
don't-
Sarah, congratulations,
Sarah.
Sarah. Yes.
I'm
The
also
publication
published
crew.
recently.
Yeah. Actually, most recent, yeah.
Yeah, like this week.
Sarah. Yeah, you're awesome, Sarah. Congratulations.
I found out by Sarah Degnan messaging me on Discord, like, hey, I just got this email that was meant for you. Can I put this on the office fridge?
Hell yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
oh. Anyway.
How'd you do, Des?
I got a 38 out of 60.
That a
Okay.
boy.
Fuck yeah.
So Aurisa, like, kind of frantic, is like, "No, he was right here. This is where he walked. This is where he was standing."
Rue's
And you're
like,
looking
"Where?"
there, and
These don't look like your tracks.
And Rue is like, "Where is everything? I don't see anything." Des, you know there should be tracks here,
Mm-hmm.
and there are none. There is nothing but ground. You see Aurisa's tracks. You see the tracks where she ran up to where he was. You see the tracks where she walked. You see the tracks where she stopped and turned around because he was gone. You see no footprints of a boy.
There's he you may have seen him, but he was never here. I would probably go and talk to the shaman, and
Yeah.
He was looking for his mother, right?
Maybe I'll talk to Morganeth too.
mm-hmm.
We should have Morganeth and his mother come out here, maybe, and try to reach him.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
If wherever he is, he could get this far, maybe he can hear them from here.
Aurisa will look to one of the other women with her and just, would you be able to find them? Thank you, darling.
She runs off. So you wait a while. Not too long, though, because very soon Morganeth shows up with Saven and Jorganath. And Jorganath is like, right away, like, what did you see? Right to you, Aurisa.
He came out right from here, and she'll bring them to the spot, and he looked all disheveled and confused. There were leaves, twigs. He was covered in dirt. He was confused, disoriented. He didn't know who I was, but I knew him, and I told him I would. He kept asking about his mom.
Jorganath just like looks at Saven and Morganeth, and he's like, I told you, it's a ghost. He does not rest. She's like, all right, Jorganath, wait a minute.
What do you mean?
I mean, he does not rest. He is a ghost. He needs to be found and put to rest.
The boy's spirit still lingers.
Yeah. What else could it mean that he draws no breath, yet the earth has not found him? can only try to talk to any spirits who might be in the area.
Can you try?
I will. If you'll give me some room. Reese, you can help me with this.
Maurice is still out of it. He's kind of at this point he's like sitting down kind of in the fetal position. He's like rocking back and forth.
He's like, perhaps don't help. And he goes into the woods a little bit alone. And Morganath's like, give him his space. And Drogonath just looks at you, Aurisa, and he's like, if you hear or see anything else, you must come and tell me right away.
Okay.
Don't delay. Come right away. You understand?
Okay.
Right. Straightens out. Grabs a sword. Savin goes in, and you hear him actually take out like a small drum. You know the type of drums where you go like this, and it's like the string that hangs, and it like hits the sort of thing?
Yeah.
So he's like, that sort of drum. And he starts doing that, and he's speaking in storm speech, you hear. And you hear him in there for a little bit. But eventually he comes out. And he goes, I was not able to make contact with Andron's spirit. I would ask, being that the curse feast of the founder is tomorrow, I would thank you for bringing this to our attention. I will tell my brother, Gordon guards his brother, and I would ask that you keep this to yourselves for now. I will speak to Andron's family when the time is right. I just feel that the clan perhaps deserves a day at least to celebrate after the time we've had.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go over to Kymries. I'm gonna kind of like just crouch down next to him. Be like, hey, you're still here, bud.
So it takes Kymries a minute to register that and recognize that Rue is right there next to him. In Kymries' head, he's just staring straight ahead, and he's just rocking back and forth. And in his head, he's just hearing three things over and over again. He's hearing the sound of the shovel hitting the earth and throwing dirt on his body. He's hearing the sound of the bell ringing that one time, just that single bell. And then he's hearing the sound of that cackling that he heard coming from deep within the cave. And then he's kind of drawn from his kind of thing, and he looks over at Rue, and he says, Rue, he's like, I know where they are, but I can't find them. We're so close. I'm so close. Somebody has them,
Where
and
are
it's
they?
not good. There's a cave, and it's deep within a forest, and it's a forest unlike any I've seen before. The trees, they don't move the way that they should. The ground is cold.
Do you know what kinds of trees?
I don't. I say, but there was the voice. There was this cackling. It seemed like it came straight from the bowels of hell. It seemed like a devil or a demon. It wasn't a human. At
Did
least
you smell anything?
What did I smell? Rotting.
It's the same hard, rotting sort of smell that you smelled when you were in there going to through the swamp of the dead, if you remember, during your initiation.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Ooh, Rue knows that smell.
You do, yeah. That's probably part of the reason I bring it up to you.
All right.
I reiterate the
Gonna
whole
take a
they
look
don't
around.
draw Orlanth, they don't draw the breath of Orlanth, but their body hasn't been received by the earth, or their bones haven't been received by the earth.
Aurisa
And I
told
say,
me
I found them.
the
I
other
went
day
there. I found them.
Aurisa told me the other day at the holy day that she got a message that someone there wasn't what they seemed. I'm gonna go take a look around the village.
I'll take a look too and see what I can see. And at that point, I start doing the far sea, or the
second sight. Second
I'm
sight.
also gonna rove about the steeds, but I'm gonna be smelling things.
Okay. In the interest of time, I will say that you don't find anything.
Yeah, that's a good
Though
idea.
it was a great idea. You search and search, you can't find anything. Some time goes on. The feast of the founder comes. And for this, like, again, tables are set up outside because it's the height of summer and it's warm. This usually takes place at night. This, kind of once the sun starts to set, people have the party. They don't do it during the day because it's too hot. So it's a cookout. There's some meat, cooked on open flames. everybody brings things. They have bonfires. Gordagar gives some sort of patriotic speech, and there's music, and Kaladin Blue Eyes sings. People are dancing and laughing, and for a little bit of time, people seem to be forgetting things.
If it was
At
at
least
all
for a night.
possible, Aurisa looks sicker.
You are there, Aurisa. Funny you should say that. And you're give me a second. Sorry. You are kind of chilly, even though it's a warm night. And, you kind of stay to the edge of the thing. So you're off on your own just a little bit. You're kind of watching over children, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Making sure they're all okay. And as you do that, you feel the slightest tug at your sleeve.
She looks down.
It's Kyogar, son of Tarn.
Yeah, there goes child.
This is most definitely a ghost because he looks pale and just wan and drawn, and his eyes are just black pits where there's just like almost like black fire coming out of his eyes, and tears are running down his streaks of his little ghost cheeks as he stands there and he looks at you and he just says, "Meet me at the edge of the woods tonight."
Where
you found Andrin. Bring no one, or Asher, son of Baroth, shall suffer. And then he just
My buddy.
fades away.
Okay. She says nothing
To anyone.
to anyone.
Okay.
And when the time is right, she will sneak away.
As the party winds down, Baroth, son of Beor, notices that Ashard is missing. And everybody begins looking for him. And Aurisa? Is anyone looking for Aurisa? Let me just say that.
She is too old to be disappeared.
I would say once we realize the kid is gone, we all probably try to look for all of each other.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to say people give me a scan roll just to see if you notice her leaving.
Can't track a ghost kidnapped child. Can track Aurisa's clumsy ass steps.
Yeah, you can track. Yeah, and also if you want to
give a
I finally
scan.
passed a roll.
Okay, you see her leaving and heading off seemingly with a purpose.
Ooh,
Did I
24.
see?
Yeah.
Did I see anything with my my second sight? You said no. No. Okay. All right. I'll make a scan. 35 even, right on the money.
You see her leaving as well.
Fucking Ashard is missing, and this is all my fault. This is my
I was
fucking
gonna
fault.
say
I should have been
that-
watching him.
I was gonna say that I usually do look for Aurisa because we're kind of close, but I failed my roll, so I don't find her. As I'm like,
See her
Aurisa
you guys see her and she's leaving, and you're like, what the fuck is she doing? It's not even towards her home. She's heading off somewhere.
This is after we know that Ashard is missing, right?
Correct. Everybody's going crazy looking for him.
I'll run after Aurisa.
Okay. What do you have with you, by the way?
Me? This is a party, right? Is it super normal to just go about the village and steads and stuff armed, or not really?
I would assume so.
Yeah. All right. Then I'll have I probably wouldn't have my armor on, but I'd have my bow and maybe I have my hatchet or something with me.
Fair enough. Okay. What about you, Bryn?
I would have Probably my hand axe for sure. I'm trying to think if I'd walk around with my spear. I might keep a spear on my back if that's something. Yeah.
I mean, Lonson never goes anywhere without hers, so
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be trying to copy her. Yeah.
Okay, all right. What about you, Des?
I'd probably also have my bow on me.
Mhm.
Just being a hunter. Although I probably would have my spear instead of my battle axe with me around this party.
Fair. And also, I would say too, it's given the circumstances, it would be a lot more normal for you guys to be armed, since like
True.
something's happening with kids, right? So
That's true.
Yeah, right.
yeah. So you, Des,
So I might
don't-
then actually have my battle axe instead of my spear.
That's fair. I'll allow that.
Okay.
You see Aurisa. I don't think you rolled to see her, so you don't see Aurisa, but you see Bryn and Rue.
I did
And
roll to see. I rolled the scan. I did pass my scan. Yes.
You see her leaving. You all do.
Weird little fucking pasty ass ghost girl in all her layers.
Yeah, just like this blob of white moving into the forest.
I failed, but I will follow the other people.
So you follow, and like it's not hard to catch up to Aurisa before she gets there. So you catch up to her.
Yeah, hard to catch Aurisa.
Arisa's being so subtle too. She's like, I tell no one. She's holding it together at this party. Her heart just pounding the whole time. Like, will not mess this up. Will not risk this child. Goes off alone. And then all these giant assholes just start following her.
They catch up to you before you get to the woods.
Arisa. Andrin's missing.
No, Ashart.
Ashart. Fuck. Andrin's missing too, but also Ashart now.
You get around and you look at her face and she's crying silently.
What did you see?
I can't tell you.
What do you need?
I was told to go alone. Give me 5 minutes.
Arisa, leave a trail.
Do we have a signal? A whistle? Or something?
I don't know.
We'll follow.
I have to go.
Wait, Arisa.
She's already gone.
Damn it.
The drama.
All right.
How close behind are you guys following her?
I can sit here. Let her get ahead.
You said give her 5 minutes, so.
Yep.
5 minutes. 5 full minutes. Okay.
I just look at you guys and I say, Discar is good at counting. You should let him count.
Arisa, you go to the edge of the woods.
Yeah.
And the same spirit is waiting there.
Where is
again, he's waiting right at the edge of the woods. And he's just like, again, I can't tell you, like, Andrin looked like Andrin, just disheveled and confused. Kyogar looks like he's in physical pain being here. He looks like a tortured spirit. There is something very wrong going on here, and it's not hard to see. But he's there.
Where is he?
He just turns and walks into the woods. You guys, you wear white, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not too hard to see her. Even though it's the
little white dot disappearing into the tree line.
Yeah, because it's the moon is it's a waxing moon, so you get enough light. But yeah, you see her disappearing into the tree line with another white figure. And
I
she's
just hold my
sight.
grandma's rock in my hand.
Tamris, you're getting vibes of the forest that you saw.
I look at you guys and I say we're close to the cave.
I will take my bow off my back and
pick up the pace because he says that.
get an arrow. close enough that you know how to get there?
I reckon she does.
I don't know if I pick up the pace, but we definitely keep her in sight, you know.
So you follow her. It becomes, as you go into the woods, it becomes not a little harder. You have to edge up a little bit to keep her in sight because of the trees. And you go into the woods, and you guys have been in these woods before. This is where you guys pick mushrooms and shit. So you follow her up into the mountains a little bit, not too far, but a little bit. And there's a cliff face. And Aurisa, you're following, and there's a cave there. And Kilgar just doesn't turn around. He just walks. He walks right into the cave. And you walk into the cave after him. Guys, you're probably you had to stay closer to her in the forest to see her, so I'd say you're probably about 20 or 30 yards behind her. You see her go into a cave. What do you do?
I don't know if we should go into the cave or not after her. She seemed to think she had to go alone.
Maybe.
Do we recognize this area? Is this a cave that we know of? That's weird.
Yeah.
I look at all of you and I say,
wasn't
that you might not know, but it might have been, might not be. You don't know. Actually, you know what? Give me a knowledge. I like knowledge local. Hold on, let me look at my skills here. What do we got?
There's a knowledge. There's a homeland lore.
We'll call it that for shits and giggles.
There's a survival homeland lore.
Nope, didn't get it.
Yeah, I think homeland lore might be the closest.
Be the one. Yeah.
No, terrible, bad.
Ooh.
Oh, 29. I got it.
You got it?
That is a no for me.
Yeah, Jess.
I go riding a lot. I found Ort.
You go riding a lot. You found Ort out in the mountains. This cave was not here before.
Well, I could have. What were you going to say, Kymries?
Whoever is in this cave, whoever took these kids, they're not like us. They are a demon or a spirit or something very powerful.
Starkey just gave you rerolls, by the way. Just keep
that
in mind.
It's one reroll. It's one reroll.
For the whole
it's
group.
only one now for the whole group.
So
we have to share it.
There's
Gotcha.
a reroll and a mass reroll. That is a single reroll.
Okay, so there's one reroll that everyone shares. Okay.
Gotcha. After Henry says that, I am going to go into the cave.
So you're going to pick up the pace you run into the cave. Okay. Who else runs into the cave? All right.
Same. Yep.
Guess we're going
in?
in?
If we're running, we're running.
Okay. Aurisa, you walk into the cave. As you go, it's big enough for you to walk comfortably in, but it's not a huge cavern, right? But as you go down, you see torchlight flickering, and the first thing you see is this massive figure with like wings, and you're like, what the fuck? As you come into the torchlight, you see it's like a bear's body, like corpse, kind of mangy, stood up, but the head is gone. There's been like a goat's head, like a ram's head with horns set on top of it, and there are wings, and you first you think it's an actual demon, but then you look closer and you're like, oh, it's a statue. The wings are made out of sticks, and there's like some flat tattering something blowing in there. As you look, you realize it's skin. The wings are made out of skin. It's a bear with a ram's head, human skin wings. It's a statue, though. And there's a fire, some torches glowing, and next to that statue, there's kind of like a big copper basin. Standing behind that in the dark, you see two figures. Kilgar is gone. And you also see laying on the ground, kind of at the feet of the statue, two skeletons. Now, these aren't like old, white, brittle bone skeletons. These are fairly fresh skeletons. You guess have a little bit of red meat still on them.
Are they child-sized skeletons?
They're small skeletons.
What the fuck? I'm gonna smoke one of those larger than child-sized figures.
As you run in behind her. You walked in and you run in behind, like you guys all kind of pile in behind her. And the figure you see just in the glowing of the dark, the larger figure. You know how like an animal's eyes will reflect light? It's not, their eyes aren't glowing. You just get that reflection of
It's
light.
the tape term lumina, yeah.
And
Or
this,
tape lumina.
like, this
lumina.
big
Yeah.
hand is on Ashar's shoulder as she pushes him forward. You see his hands are tied. And she steps forward, these long claws into the light. Drugala apple cheeks.
I'm gonna smoke this bitch immediately.
Apple bottom bitch.
And she says, I told you to come alone.
I tried.
Trying's not good enough. She reaches out, and Asher's like, no, please. Blood just.
She runs to try and grab
He's not
him.
dead yet.
He's not dead yet. So we're going to go into combat now. He's not dead yet. You got like 2 rounds to get there. Okay. So we say what we're doing. We determine the strike ranks, then we determine how things happen. So I will go for her first. She begins casting a spell. She makes a gesture. The 2 skeletons rise up, and she starts casting a spell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long do spells are like 1 turn?
A spell, your strike rank is the magic points she's spending on it.
Okay.
So hers for this round is going to be 2. She's going to go strike rank 2. She's casting a spell.
Okay.
The Skelly boys are
Skelly boys.
super slow. They go out strike rank 9. So who is doing what?
Are these the corpses of the boys that she animated?
These are the skeletons of the children, yes.
Aurisa
Because
just
I am an
wants
asshole.
to grab Ashar and pull him away.
So you're going to have to run over there. It's about probably 6-7 yards away. That's within the movement you can do. You can grab him and pull him, and I'm going to say you might be able to heal him next round if you do that.
Okay, that's fine. She wants him away from her.
Right. You will probably get a Skelly boy might get a shot at you when you try to do
does
it.
not care.
Okay.
No, protect the healer or everyone dies.
All right, so that's Arissa's turn. That'll actually happen first because she's going outside of combat. What are you guys doing?
I had my bow ready.
You did.
I believe I go at strike rank 1. I'm shooting her. Shooting apple cheeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Apple bottom bitch.
Apple bottom bitch. Did you have a bow with an arrow knocked, Bryn? That's the question, because Rue said she did.
Oh, I didn't have a bow.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, cool. So what are you doing?
I am going to cast Shimmer, and hopefully, I don't know if I can do this in the same round, but just like take out my axe.
So it's 5 strike ranks to ready a weapon, and Shimmer is what do you have, like Shimmer 2? How does it work?
I
Should
think
be a
it's
number
just
after it.
Yeah, it's 2 to cast.
Okay,
It
so
takes
that's
2 magic points to do it.
So that's 2 strike ranks there. You cast that. You get your axe out. That's strike rank 7. That's your turn, basically. So Shimmer makes it minus 10% to hit you at Shimmer 2. Right.
I think it
yes.
might be minus 20, but I could be wrong. Keep going. I'll look it up. Keep going.
Look it up, but I think it's 5% for every point you put in. Also, Jess, because that's a spirit magic spell, roll your power times 5 just to make sure it works for you.
That's right. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Wait. Yes. Wait.
Cool. All right.
Nothing happens if I critically succeed, right?
Nope.
Okay.
So it is. So you just we'll look up later if you get to market for power for that. I don't think you do, but you spend 2 magic points. Your Shimmer spell activates. You get your axe out. Des, what are you doing? I'm just getting everyone's sting, Amber, and then I'll have attacks roll.
Yeah. This is where bows get stupid. I'm excited.
Yeah. I had my axe handy. I would be at strike rank 6.
So you'd have to close and swing.
Close and swing, so probably like 7 or 8.
Yeah, so that's what we'll say. So we'll say you go off at 8. There are 2 skeletons, by the way, too. So they're kind of stopping the way. They're going to try to stop you if you're going to go right to her. Conreese, what are you doing?
Well, since I don't have any spells yet, I do have my dagger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some sort of weird fucking animalistic howl, yell, roar thing and just try to go fucking ballistic and attack this lady with my dagger.
As she begins casting, her mouth like opens and it's wide and too wide, and then these long teeth.
I was fucking.
And the tongue kind of lashes out as she casts this spell. Power gain rolls only by an opposed, so you don't get a check on the power gain, Bryn. All of you also can augment this. Those of you who have the Star Heart, you can use that for this because this is chaos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What about hate chaos?
That too. Either one. You can choose either one. So we had Rue first because you were at strike rank.
Am I technically first?
Yeah. Sorry, because you're moving. You run over, you grab him. You manage to do that before a skeleton gets a chance to do anything because you just rush right in and you drag him back little ways. He's still he's like coughing up blood.
Yeah, and so she's basically just going to cradle him and pull him out and just start whispering comforting things like, it's gonna be okay. I'm here. I'm gonna make sure everything's fine. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
He's not.
Shut the fuck up, Grundell.
So then we had Rue.
I'm gonna
Tyrese daggers
I'm gonna invoke the
strike rank
use
9, so you're late. Okay, so roll for that.
Strike rank is 4, I think, for dagger. It's pretty quick.
Got it. I got a 34 out of 60.
Okay, so
for Sartar? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yep.
Star Heart.
I was like, what the hell is Star Heart?
Different.
That's something they got on their own thing. All right, so that is a
boy
regular.
thing.
It's a boa thing.
Gotcha.
That is your regular. That's a regular success. You get plus 20 to your roll.
Plus 20 to my roll. All right. Fuck you. Ooh, good thing I rolled that. All right. I did hit, just not by a lot. I got a 64 out of 70.
She's gonna try to dodge, so that's a regular success. She gets. I think she gets a regular success too. Hold on a minute. Dodge versus normal success. She dodges your arrow.
Fuck. Okay, it's okay. I got another shot coming up at strike rank 6.
So that's your first attack. Strike rank 6.
Chat says can't dodge arrows.
I saw it in the book.
You said it in the book you could.
Okay.
Yeah, I did show it.
I'm just double checking.
Sharky can maybe tell us again, but it said that
thrown weapons.
You can't. See, that's what I thought.
It said projectile too in that sentence.
That's what I thought. I'm game with it. I honestly like having shot a bow. I don't see how you would dodge an arrow.
Unless you're like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
But that means we can't dodge arrows too. Whatever we roll applies vice versa.
I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere too. So I'm willing to roll with that, as like Amber says, it applies to everybody though.
Yeah.
So
I'd rather it be dodgeable personally. I'd rather have the chance to dodge.
Considering I also have no armor, I'm also okay with
I can
dodging
find that
arrows.
sentence again. I know. I remember I showed it to you.
You and I were looking at it, but why don't we say this? For this adventure right now, we're going to say you can. We'll look it up to get clarification further, because I know I saw it in the book too, where it said specifically you can't parry them.
Yes,
but
you
it didn't say you couldn't dodge them. Yeah.
So I'm seeing dodge can be used against any weapon attack, including projectile weapons.
Yep.
Parry can be used against melee and thrown, but not projectile.
Yeah.
So we can dodge, just not parry.
Yep.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we read too. Unless there's somewhere else where it says otherwise. But because I remember saying that to you. Oh no, you can't dodge arrows. So it might be written somewhere else in the book. But either way, she manages. Let's roll with that for now to not slow things down. She manages to dodge the first arrow as this spell comes into effect, because she goes next. She begins to shimmer and shift a little bit.
Damn it,
Bryn. No problem, Sharky. I made the same mistake. You start to shimmer and shift too as your magic pops off.
Damn it, she's doing the same thing.
Des, you would be up next because you were going about rate.
I think
dagger is strike rank 9, dude.
Is it? I thought it was 4.
Yeah, daggers are super slow because 4 would be what is your. Hold on.
So it's got percent, damage, ENC, HP, SR. Is SR strike rank?
Yes.
So that's just the weapon. So that's 4. That's added to your size.
Add your size and your dex.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So that's 9 total. Wow, why is the dagger so slow?
Because it's a small weapon.
It should be quick. Dagger's
No, but
fucking
Yeah, I was
sticky.
thinking
because
it
it's
should too, but
because it's short and you have to get closer to the person. So it's like a
Maneuver
longer
Yeah.
weapon.
stab.
Yeah, the longer weapon is actually better.
Yeah, because my short spear's strike rank is 2.
Because it's long. You can hit someone far away. Yeah.
Hmm,
all right.
gotcha.
So we're going to say Des, then you. Des, who are you going to run up and hit?
I'm going to I'm kind of like in a not a rage to a degree, but definitely I'm very annoyed.
Rage.
Very annoyed. I'm going to roll for my
Are you
Star
very
Heart.
annoyed?
I am not very annoyed yet. That I rolled a 46, so I did get it.
So that's plus 20 to your rolls from now then.
All right.
Oh,
Do
is
I
it for
mark
the
that?
is it for the combat? Like on that
So I'm
one
wearing
thing?
the
or-
chaos shirt, by the way.
Okay.
That's since you
Just
asked.
the
Yeah.
chaos
Lot.
shirt.
Okay, just the chaos shirt.
Mm.
Do we mark a passion if we roll when we roll all?
You do.
roll
Yeah, you do.
alternate?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, Amber, you should do the same thing.
Yep.
Mark your passion because you succeeded on
Is
it. Yeah.
that to all of our checks with that same thing for the combat, or is it just the one?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
So
So our
for your
bow
bow,
is
too.
amped for,
Yep.
or is
Well,
it
for-
is it just the bow, or is it all combat?
No,
rolls,
it's
or-
everything you roll here. You got plus 20 because you're amped up for this fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing!
It's
Holy
for
shit!
this encounter. You're like, "Rah," you're hulking out. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I hate boys.
I mean, you could roll something like
All
let's see,
right.
Harrowborn or something. Like this is your clan.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna.
Oh wait, does that apply to everything? All passions, not just
Okay,
Starheart?
so we got someone else in chat here. Yeah, it applies. All your passions work that way.
Oh, okay. I
Dodge
thought it was
takes an
just-
entire melee round when used against melee missile attacks. Service, thank you, sir. That is awesome. Okay, so that's her round basically. I mean, she cast a spell too, so technically she shouldn't have been able to do that. But we'll
Oh,
Correct,
if you're
going
dodging them, is that
Yeah.
just with missiles, or
Yeah,
is it if you're dodging anything?
just with
No, I
missiles.
think that
This
is-
is
Missiles,
So
yeah.
that is specifically
really?
the dodge skill. Is that what she is using?
yeah,
Yeah.
it takes one entire melee round when used against missile attacks. Page 165.
Because you're
So
looking
that-
at them and you're devoting everything
Yeah,
to
you're
watching
just
that
like,
fucking
ha,
bow.
ha.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, so Des, let's get back to you then. I'm sorry. You amped
Thank you,
yourself up.
guys.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I am swinging at her with my battle axe.
She cannot dodge this.
Ha!
All right.
Yay, I might hit
Nice.
someone.
She dipped when she should have. She dodged when she should have dipped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get her
So-
this.
I got a 29 out of 89.
So is that less than 20% of your?
I don't believe
No,
so.
no, it's not less than 20%.
No, it's not. Okay. Nope.
No.
All right, so that's a regular success. Roll
Okay.
1d20 to see where you hit her.
The leg. Always the right
Limb
leg.
quest begins.
Come on, headshot.
Right leg.
That is a 4.
She
Oh,
got
right
her in
leg.
the right leg.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Fucking right leg
It's
always.
1d6, 1d8, I think, plus your damage bonus, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
This bitch always
So-
feeding the kids those honey cakes made out of kids. I knew it. I played Curse of Strahd.
I can't believe it.
I
I
was
loved
so
that we
hoping
had
you get all the
someone.
way without suspecting it, and then you started to suspect her, and I was like, damn it.
I knew
So,
it was,
I
it was
laid
the
it in too
cakes,
thick.
which
Yeah.
seemed to actually have had nothing to do with it, except maybe lured the kids or something. But like, I was like, it was the cakes. Can't
Yeah.
trust fucking cake when kids are missing.
10 damage.
Don't eat the baked goods.
10? Oh, shit.
Prepare for
Okay.
it.
Yep.
Every time I'm excited for something. Every time.
You
I
sure
feel like I was like so excited for like 3 episodes. I was like, oh, cool, honey cakes. This lady's giving us honey cakes. Nice. Oh, there's lambs. I'm so excited. I have lambs.
You can get more lambs, and you can get more honey
I
cakes.
still have 2.
Yeah, I didn't take all of them from you.
Be right back.
And
All
just
right,
cleaves this fucking lady's leg
Yeah,
off.
you fucked her up pretty bad. I just got to look at it's double the hit points on her leg. So that I believe isn't quite a slice off, but it makes the leg useless. I just wanted to double check that.
I'll go for the other leg.
Try.
Hold on a minute.
What strength was that for you?
Equals exceeds double.
5?
6.
6? Alright.
So 8 technically because I had to move up.
Hey, I guess I go again. Yeah.
So I
the
actually
bow-
think the with the bow you had another one at 6, right?
Yeah, I get one at 6.
So
And I
you
get
would have shot
another
another one.
I get another one at 11.
Yeah. If I had my bow ready, this would have been very bad for her.
Fuck.
Wait, really? 1-6-11?
Here's how freaking deadly Runequest is, okay? So she had 5 hit points in her leg, all right? You did 10, right? So technically she can't take more than 5 to the leg, so she only takes 5.
But she takes 10 to her
math.
all of her hit points, right?
No. So we're all learning this as we go, folks. So it says damage equals or exceeds double location's hit points, limb. An adventurer can take no more than twice the possible amount of damage to an arm or leg for a single blow. Thus, a 2-point arm hit for 5 points of damage takes only 4 points of damage off the total. All right, so she takes it off the total.
Okay.
So she takes 10 points of damage. Further blows to that arm affect the total hit points of the adventurer. However, an adventurer so damaged from a single blow is functionally incapacitated. They can no longer fight until healed and are in shock.
Wow, she's just fucking ruined. Rex,
So
you gotta
you-
drop one shot.
Fucking one-shotted her. So
Hence what I put in chat. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and Descara.
Yes. Yes.
so you
Did we make that a
you-
shirt?
Yes.
That's a lot. I mean, actually, if we do,
No, so Des, you run up and you kind of raise the axe, and just as she kind of dodges the arrow that misses and flies over her head, but when she dodges, she like pops her leg out enough to like stabilize herself, and you're just like, oh, thanks, chop, and you just chop deep in it. You don't cut it all the way off, but you hit bone on that bad boy.
Bone
And blood,
shattered.
this like awful black looking blood is just like spurting out of it because you hit like the carotid artery, or not the carotid, femoral artery, and it is like bursting out, and she just like kind of grabs it to stop herself from like hemorrhaging, and just is semi-standing but not feeling very good. And that rolls around to, when is your second shot, Rue?
6.
It was actually technically before I.
Technically before Descar.
Shit,
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry. You get your second. We'll just give you your
Hell
second
yeah.
shot
Do
now.
it now.
Same time, simultaneous shot. I'm gonna miss though.
Bestie squad.
This hits Descara.
Fuck. Missed by 8.
All right.
Even with
Another
my-
arrow pings off of her. Same time as that happens, Camrese, you get to go, and then the Skelly boys are going to go. I'll let you go first, even though technically it's the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up to her and start trying to stab her with my daggers. I will use my hate for chaos to augment this. So
Roll for that first. See how that
okay,
does.
so 55 under 70. So I succeeded
Plus
at my
20,
augment.
plus 20 on that.
All right, that makes my dagger possibly doable at 48 with a plus 20.
She's
also.
actually also incapacitated. I'm going to give you another plus 20 on this roll.
Oh, okay, 68. I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll
Christian,
take
add
it.
one more.
14.
Yeah, we'll give you
So-
69 on the roll. Absolutely.
Where's my plus 20?
60. Yeah, I got a 14, so that's enough to hit her.
Hit her. Roll to see where you hit her. 1d20.
Okay.
Technically,
leg
Emma, your
next
shot was
time.
before she was incapacitated. So that's my
Oh,
rationalization.
technically,
why
yeah, technically it was.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right leg axe chop, left leg axe chop. Cha cha now, y'all. Do do do. I got a 18.
left arm.
Yeah.
Should be the other
Stab,
leg.
stab, stab, stab.
Ah,
I'm just screaming like a wild animal. Ah!
you're in my way.
Oh, damage. Yeah, duh. All right.
So it's like 1d. I forget what a
4
dagger does,
plus
but
2.
yeah.
So 4 damage.
4. Nice.
nice.
Okay. Camrese, you are like in this rage, just like stabbing at this woman. She's in like kind of shock because of her leg wound, and she kind of gets her left arm up as like a defensive wound sort of thing. And you start by just like stabbing her that way, and eventually you just like you get one through the hand, right into the forehead. So you just like staple her hand to the forehead through her dagger, and she just is like and drops. As she drops, like a very large sharp toothed mouth like opens up much too wide, and her tongue just like lolls out.
The fuck is that?
Taking that as a trophy.
When she dies, when you do that, the skeletons just drop, fall apart. Don't as much when they hit the ground because they're still fairly hydrated. The bones, they're not raw bone, a little fleshy, but they just fall. And she did.
I'm taking that tongue as a trophy.
No.
We'll take the whole head.
No, wait.
Oh my god.
Aurisa, do something.
Arisa's too busy with this child. She's about to pump
That's
a
what I
heal
mean.
spell.
So that's the first
do
round.
something for the child.
Aurisa, I forgot about Ashrod. You've got Ashrod like choking to death on his own blood in your arms.
What? No.
Yeah, you haven't healed him yet.
Well, yeah, because she hasn't had time. She's going to now. Yeah. She
It's her
just goes
turn.
a full heal 3. She doesn't fucking care.
She's not fucking around.
Power to make sure you do it.
God.
We're just gonna run over to both of them.
What's
Freaking out a little bit.
Well,
You can augment this too
augment
if you want.
first.
By the way, yeah, you can
Yeah.
augment this.
augment?
Please,
fucking.
please.
Plus, you have a reroll.
I mean, yeah, like I haven't used my loyalty to the clan yet, so I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
Augment love of apple cakes.
I'm gonna use the reroll.
On the augment? Or
Yep.
should we save it for
I'm gonna use it on the augment.
the augment? All right.
My dice hate me.
Oh no.
Whoa!
Wait,
There was
you
a second.
fail? There
I
is
failed
a
the
second.
augment.
There is a second reroll, by the way. Now, because someone gave us another one, so I will say this: you can use it on your augment. If you fail, it's a -20 to your other roll, though.
Yeah, use it for the other roll. Save
What's your? Because you just you have to roll power times 5. You have a really high power.
I need a calculator. Hold on.
Yeah, save it for the next one.
What yours is 18?
17.
17.
17, it's 85.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just
Alright.
roll. Just roll your heal.
Maximum nothing just gave you another one too.
So there's 2 more.
Oh,
Hi.
okay.
Hi, Max.
This kid will not die.
They're
You can
like,
do this.
save
Okay.
the boy.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well,
Christian.
we'll
You can't
see.
fuck with us.
I didn't
Wolf
want
is
Ashrod
telling
to
you
die.
you can do this.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
If
so
Ashrod dies, it's on you, not
I
on
didn't
me.
get the augment.
It's okay. You're
this
gonna
is
get
like
the
Amber's
heal. You're
words
gonna get the
coming
heal.
around.
So wait,
You can
are
do
you
this.
letting the failure of the augment stand? Because it's -20 on the roll because you failed.
Oh, that's right. That's right. If you roll the augment again. Yeah, try the augment again and then save the next one for the heal if you fail the
Yeah.
heal.
Yeah.
Give the augment one more shot. Yep.
I rolled worse.
Oh,
no.
God.
All right, so it's -20 on your hero roll
Okay.
on your roll to get that
65.
heal.
65.
65.
Maybe
Come on,
try
Odds
different
are in our
dice.
favor.
I'm gonna vomit, and it's gonna
You
be
can
your
do this,
fault.
Aurisa. You can do this.
I'm gonna vomit.
You said it was a 65?
Yeah.
I rolled a 57.
You can do
You
this,
just-
Aurisa.
You lay you're like, oh, you're kind of like shaking, and you're like, fuck, what? I'm nervous, and you're trying to think of all the right reasons why you love your clan, but you're just like fucked up in the head right now, which is understandable. But you lay your hand,
She's shaking and she's crying.
but your hand is shaking as you lay it on across this child's throat, and you feel that like cooling calmness of the lady just go over you, and it washes down your arm, and a white light just shines, and you see that very raw slash across his throat just like knit itself back together,
And she
and he's fine. He's unconscious, but he's fine.
just
You did it. Aurisa, you did it. Rue's gonna kind of brush like Andrin's hair back from his forehead a little bit, just like make fucking sure that
Ashheart?
he's alive.
Asshart.
Fuck. A's. Ashheart's forehead. A's.
he's breathing. I can feel him. He's okay. He's just unconscious.
What do we need to burn this place? Do we need to burn everything? What do we?
Yeah, I was gonna. Do we know?
We need Jorganoff.
Yeah, we do.
I look at you guys and I say, I'm afraid this place won't be here when we leave.
You do. I would say that superstitiously, you probably don't want to leave a chaos thing without cutting the head off to make sure it's dead.
Oh, I was gonna do that regardless, but
Yeah,
I got the tongue.
Okay. We'll take back the remains of the children for proper rites. And Discar can cut the head off that thing.
I was also thinking like
We can light that other thing on fire to
Yeah.
the fucking shrine.
should we also destroy the shrine?
Yes.
That's the thing she was saying, to light on fire, I think.
Yep.
Well, yes, but
The bear, bat, skin.
Or dismantle
Ram.
it or something, whatever we
No.
gotta do.
Fire's fine.
I don't know if we have...
Fireworks.
Yeah, I probably
There-
have something.
there-
I can start a
there
fire.
are torches lighting this place. You
Yeah.
can.
Fuck
yeah.
yes.
I was like, she
Okay.
had a cauldron. Like,
Mhm.
there's fire.
All right. So
Okay. Fuck
yes,
yeah.
you
Okay.
just
So-
you one swing of the axe just takes the head right off. You have to pull Chimeris's dagger out and like get the hand off of it, but you've got Drugala's severed head with like much too wide of a mouth and fucked up teeth and a tongue hanging out now. Unless
Part of
Chimeris
a
actually
tongue.
part of a tongue. Chimera, you do take the tongue. All
Is
right.
that really
I'm literally
Drugala, or
taking
is
the
that
tongue as a
something
trophy.
that
Yes.
was pretending to look like her?
Or killed her and took over her, I guess. we
Yeah,
don't know.
like is
I
We
mean,
don't know
how
until
long
we
has
get
she
back
been
to
like
town.
this?
I mean we'll
Fuck,
find out.
Her aura looked fine to me. God damn it.
Powerful magic, my friend. So you gather up the bones.
Yeah, I was
rolled
gonna
in
say
a cloak or something.
Aurisa, because she is a woman of many layers, just takes off her outermost skirt, but still has like two underneath, tears it in half, and gently she passes Ashart to Rue because that's his boyo.
My buddy.
And then gently nestles each
Who's
set
dead.
of
He got
bones
rid of
in
that.
their own cloth and carefully bundles them up so that they can be easily carried and the bones can be
Nice.
as barely disturbed as possible.
So we've got the head, we've got the bones. Last thing is the statue.
Burn that horrible fucking statue.
Okay. Who does it?
Who has the highest chaos hate?
I think we all might be kind of equal.
I don't have hatred of chaos.
I don't
I-
either.
I actually don't eat. Yeah,
Weirdly.
you might be the
Then
only
I'm
one.
burning it. I've got a
Yeah.
70. I fucking hate. Dude, my grandma was eaten by the fucking crimson bat. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have to remember to check Christian's chart every episode.
oh, I'm gonna burn it, and as I do, I'm gonna start fucking laughing hysterically as I'm holding my fucking grandma's stone in my hand.
He's laughing like Saga ever laughing.
Yeah.
You torch it. You take the torch and you start touching where the fur is, and it shouldn't light up like as quickly as it does, but it eventually like, the flames catch, and this thing just like goes up quickly. And when it does, you all hear like a screaming, cackling, like roar almost within the fire, like just echoing in the cave. It's a very evil laugh, but Chimeris's laughing louder. And soon that laugh just kind of fades as it kind of it burns and it kind of falls in on itself, and just as soon just a smoking ashy ruin. It goes up very, very quickly, quicker than it should have.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Close that door.
We've got the things.
Orisa
Let's-
will ask Bryn to carry one of the bone bags because she can only carry one, and she's leaving Ashart with Rue because she wants Ashart to wake up to his best friend.
To his hero.
Yeah,
Who
he
missed
wants
every
Ashart to wake
shot.
up to his hero.
If that's the case, then Discar is carrying me.
I have the head.
Yeah, Discara's got the head, and Kyrie's has the tongue and the torch.
Ew.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll carry Kyogre.
So you,
I guess we can't tell, actually. Well, 7, 10.
You
One's
could
nice and
eventually with
smaller.
magic, you'll be able to. But
Yeah.
you walk out. You walk out of the woods into kind of the fields, and you come right across a search party because everyone's out now searching at night for Ashart. But as you're walking out, Rue, you're kind of just like holding Ashart like in your arms,
Buddy.
and he just wakes up and kind of looks at you, and he doesn't say anything. He just has like this smile on his face, and he just kind of like muscles in a little bit more, and just kind of squeezes you a little tight. And his voice is a little, actually does say something. His voice is a little rough, but he goes, "I knew you'd come."
That one was real close, buddy. Let's not do that again, especially this summer, yeah?
And he just kind of nuzzles on you. And you're found by a search party who right away takes you back to the center of town. Des, what do you do with Dragala's head?
Yeah, I
Present it to the chief.
To be fair,
clearly.
unless you looked at it closely, you probably would not just recognize in passing it is Dragala. Like,
No, not with that
Yeah.
jaw.
with that mouth too, like that. Like huge mouth. Nah.
Mouth, yeah.
Mouth.
I
Mouth.
took it.
It's a 6 in mouth.
I definitely took it to one
Save
be
it.
like, hey, this is what was taking the children, and it was within our midst this entire time, disguised as.
Ugh.
So I'd say you're taken right to see Gordangar. And I mean, that's in the middle of town. So Borkar's there. And everybody kind of gathers around to see you guys because you're coming back. Like, people are like, they found the kid. They found out what it is. And you walk in and you're just like, kind of show it to them, like, Perseus. And Gordangar and Savan just kind of like look at each other right away. And Savan's like, an ogre. And Borkar just like bursts into tears. He's like, I didn't know how could.
How long has Dragala always been here? Was she like born in this village, or
In dark season of last year.
is she from like outside the Vale? Or?
She is not from the Vale. He travels because he's a merchant. He met her in
But,
Clearwine.
so she could have been this thing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They can just do that?
Man,
Damn it.
onions have layers, ogres have layers.
Ew. Shrek, really?
So Gordon, I guess, like, looks at you all and goes, they did well.
I gotta get Ashart back to his parents.
Actually, just like pushes people out of the way because he's just a giant. He's like Dez's size, and he just like holds his hands out for his boy from
He's
your
okay.
room.
He was injured, but Aurisa healed him. He's not bleeding anymore.
He looks at all of you, and he's like, I will never forget this. I've got to get him home now. And he just kind of turns and walks away. And Gordon goes,
My little buddy was so brave.
chaos ogres worship the foul chaos demon, Cacodemon. The magic lets them hide what they are.
Could there be more?
Chaos could always be among us. But when it shows itself, we have to kill it. Which is what you did. Let no one doubt the bravery of these ones, he says as he stands, particularly looking at you when he says that. And the people who are there are kind of like, I guess we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, rabble. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? Because that's pretty much it for tonight.
I had one little thing that I wanted to do.
Absolutely.
With everything settling, and once Aurisa, returns the bodies to the families, she is going to find Kymrese.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Yeah,
I would say
but,
that
yeah, fuck it.
once the excitement kind of wears off, it's still like people are amped up because they're like, it's the news, like, oh my god, there was an ogre, and like, so it's not a night that people get a lot of sleep.
People are doing protective spells and prayers and shit.
Yeah, and Savan and like Morganeth are going back to the woods to like handle that place and like cleanse it.
Properly burn everything.
Correct. Though they say you did real good burning the thing. But yeah, people kind of hang around though, because nobody really wants to go to bed. Everyone's kind of amped up. So yeah, you got plenty of time to find him.
And she's still very like shaken. And so she just kind of walks up and sits next to him and just possibly a stupid question. When you looked at all of us with that spell, what did that look like?
I'm sitting by the main fire where I've been sleeping for the past month, and I scooch over just a little bit closer to Aurisa, and I take the blanket that she gave me that's wrapped around me, and I say, somebody gave me this nice blanket, help keep you warm, and I kind of drape it over her shoulder, so it's like on both of our shoulders.
Still scooting.
And I look into the fire when I'm talking to her, and I say, it was beautiful. I say, it was this bright white light, almost like the sun in the sky. And I said, but there was a small spot of darkness on it. And I think maybe that just goes to show that none of us are perfect. Maybe it's the darkness within us that has to teach us to always strive towards being the brightest we can be. But you did an amazing thing back there. And I'm happy to call you friend.
I am too. And she'll just kind of sit there and stare at the fire for a while.
I think as we stare off into the fire, maybe like one of the last things, like as camera starts panning out, I might go, did you know Discara is really good at counting? And then I'll just cut.
Really good at counting, really good at digging, really good at plucking things out of the ground.
You've been moved like a turnip?
You're hanging around, I'd imagine, a little bit too, unless you want to go back to your place.
He's going to hang out a little bit with these
But you're
people.
hanging around.
He finally knows what happened to the kids.
You hear like these very heavy footsteps, like right up, kind of next to you.
Is that Irenina?
Yep.
Damn it.
Yep. He's not going to look directly at her for a minute. He's just going to kind of look out at the crowd a little bit like he's been doing.
He's been out looking. So she's got her armor on, which is a bronze breastplate. On the shoulders are death runes. On the face, on the chest plate is actually like Babister Gore's face, which is just wild hair, sharp teeth, long tongue, screaming like demon woman, like dancing with a battle axe and a head.
Yep.
And she's got this big copper axe, just kind of like slung on her arm, like right here, just kind of over her shoulder. And she just like, she's looking at you, and she knows you're trying not to look at her. And she's like kind of like chuckles a little bit at that, and she goes, "Heard what you did."
I wish we could have saved them all.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing about chaos. It just creeps in, and sometimes you don't know till it's too late. But you're all right, kid.
Tessa seems nice.
She's not the only one you've seen like leaving there, by the way.
And so does X and Y.
And she just laughs. She goes, "Yeah, they are."
You're a pretty good neighbor.
You too. Kind of gets you like a big oof. And even though you're big, you're still like, oh.
A little bit.
And she just like walks off.
I'm not going to be murdered by my neighbor. Yes. Yes.
Des, what are you doing?
I am probably amongst the people, but at some point I'm probably going to be cleaning my axe. Probably rather more enthusiastically than I should be.
Fuck the schmuckers.
Right, as you're doing it,
More enthusiastically than you
and you're
should
just
be.
like, gotta get this out. God.
Mhm.
As Rala comes like almost like running up. She's like, "Oh, I've been looking for you. I heard, and I was well. I heard what you did. You're not hurt, right?"
No, we all of us kind of did really well. Came out of there really well.
Christ. But I'm glad you're all right.
Thank you.
Is that what you killed it with?
It is.
Tell me all about it. She sits next to you. As she does, you standing off to the side watching as Dareston.
So awkward.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
She probably helps Aurisa with like returning the bodies to their families, and she's gonna probably go leave to be alone. Out in the
So you
fields.
do.
Yeah.
And you just going back to your home, you think, or just kind of
Yeah.
sitting somewhere else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna go back to her fields by her house.
As you're starting to go, you see Lonson. And she kind of like waves you.
Just give her a nod.
She gives you like the good job. And you go off home. And yeah. I guess we'll stop there.
Yeah.
You saved the chillin'. Well, most of the rest of the chillin' you saved in the Vale.
Most. We
Most
saved
of them.
all of Aurisa and Descara's
Yeah.
siblings.
Siblings.
They
You've
were
done-
next because we were out of other
You've
children.
done really good.
We only
So
had Finn left.
make note of this. We can talk about what it actually means, like off stream, but just so people can understand, this is now the end of the scenario. So you get to roll to see if your skills increased.
Gotcha.
Yay.
But you
Cool.
also gain 1d6 reputation each.
Okay.
So just make a note of that. Yeah.
Do we roll it, or is it just the note is 1d6?
You roll it and add that to your reputation score.
Oh, because my reputation, I literally currently just have listed as 1d6. I did not roll
I
that.
also
Oh.
just have it listed as 1d6.
Well, roll
I don't
that
have
1d6
anything.
and now roll another one and add it to it. You roll
Gotcha.
2d6. Yeah.
Okay.
You do, Kymries. I looked what yours up. You didn't have it in, but no, they can roll off stream, Maximuth. I don't care.
Okay.
Yes, you can roll later, but just make a note of that. You're gonna roll to increase your skills, roll to do that off screen.
Gotcha.
We can do that. Just ask me afterwards. There's some other things too, but I'll just message you guys. And
Gotcha.
that's it, because it's late. We kept all our English people up to like 4 in the
Yeah,
morning.
holy cannoli.
So,
4 in the morning. Are they still
Friggin-
watching?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got 2 people in
Oh
England
my
at
God.
3:40 a.m. right now.
Oh my
Sharky and
God.
Gerbo.
Glad we made it worthwhile for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the
You
fuck?
MVPs.
Yep. All right.
Well, hell. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That is
everyone.
season 1 of the 6 seasons.
Holy
done.
shit.
Yep.
Right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. For those of you that have been with this season from the beginning, thanks for joining us through the entire first arc. Glad to have everyone on board. This has been super fun so far, and I'm so glad we get to continue doing this chaos. Got next week there is going to be a bonus stream promoting a Kickstarter for an indie RPG's Mall Kids, I believe is the name.
I think so, yeah.
And then also coming up in a week or two, Troy did a solo game, Mind Crawl, yes?
Mind Crawler.
Mind Crawler.
It's a dungeon that is the inner workings of your mind, which is pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with it. So
that's going to be dropping on the podcast feed pretty soon. So we've got a lot of extra good stuff coming up, which is very exciting. If you want to keep up with all of it, we are on all of the podcast feeds at DMs After Dark. It's where all of our audio recordings and audio recordings of these streams are. We're on all of the social medias at DMs After Dark. If you missed any part of this stream, the VOD is going to go up on our YouTube channel on Monday for you to watch. If you want to go back and watch all of us screech at each other and all our stupid fucking faces, it's a good time.
yeah.
You can also
if you don't
email
want
us.
To see our stupid fucking faces, you'll get to listen to it as a podcast next Friday.
Yeah.
It's tired. It's tired. Wow. Oh fuck. Okay, I gotta do this quick.
Until next time, folks. Stay out of the woods.
You can email us at dmsafterdark@gmail.com. Do you want to talk to us one-on-one? Questions, thoughts? We love to hear from you people. You're lovely. Yeah, until next time. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and Jescar. Bitches, have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.